Okay. Well, this is the start of OtakuGalaxy. I think I would have already made the announcement now on stream at the time of recording this. So, hey guys, you got to see the first episode of OtakuGalaxy. This podcast idea that I've had for years that I finally have brought to life. So I'm very excited to really dive into this because it's been a long time really coming. I was gonna do it initially with a lot of different people, or it was only this one person, but things change, and now I'm gonna be here like every week, no, every bi-weekly actually, with different people, maybe even Stelo all the time, which you'll get to see, like, be introduced to him in a minute. But yeah, I'm very excited for this whole new journey. I've been trying to lock in on my content more so maybe this too would be a great addition to all that. So again, you guys know I'm doing One Piece reaction, so very soon even that will be on YouTube soon. That's been on Patreon for a minute, but I still need to upload a lot more on that too. So there's a lot to look forward to being here. So I'm excited to dive into all of this for this year. So again, I was supposed to lock in last year, but this is the year. A lot of things are going to change from here, so hopefully I can keep it consistent and you guys get to enjoy. And yeah, but also, since, I have another friend with me here, Stelo, I am very excited to have you here since, of course, we've been friends for, dang, how long actually? I know it's 2019. I can't math right now, so I don't even know what the math of that is right now. But nice to have you here, Stella. You want to introduce yourself to the cast? Well, the audience, basically.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I do believe it was like 2019. And yeah, I'm Stilo or SteloPacino, whichever you want to call me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've been friends for quite a long time, and you pretty much got me into the whole like seasonal thing. I had been watching anime since like maybe 2017, but I think you
Mm-hmm.
got me into the whole seasonal watching thing.
I always get like surprised by that because I think I don't know. I know I used to like daily like up tweet my thoughts about stuff like that. So did you? I know we mostly kind of got introduced to each other because of Carol and Tuesday, but was it because of those tweets or like from then on that you saw, or like what initially basically made you like, oh, I want to watch the
Yeah.
season? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty much you like laid down the blueprint for like the seasonals. Like every show that came out, I didn't even know they came out daily
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, and you would have like a whole rundown of how good the episode was and what's
Mm-hmm.
coming out tomorrow and stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. That's awesome. I do miss those days that I used to do
But
that a lot more.
one thing though,
Talk
I
about it.
I did forget that it was like Carol and Tuesday though. I forgot
Oh,
all about that. So I'm glad you brought that up.
the only reason I do remember that is because I think maybe 2 years ago you had like this tweet talking about like, oh, y'all want to like put your names down and talk about like how I first met you, and I kind of like put my name down or I said something maybe goofy, and you're like, yeah, you're the one, or yeah, I know there was an appreciation tweet, and that you basically said like, oh yeah, you've always been the catalyst for me starting anime. I know it was Carol and Tuesday, and then I was like, dang, actually I didn't even remember it was Carol and Tuesday, and then I look back in our DMs, I'm like, oh wow, it really was Carol and Tuesday. That is so funny.
Wow. That is crazy. I think I'm glad I do that sometimes and
Mm-mm.
put that out there for everybody else to fill in the holes or whatever.
You reminded me, so I was like, hey, fair enough. I was like, yeah, awesome. That I love Karen Tuesday. That is still definitely one of the most memorable times of anime. I think even that season. So that's also just an awesome, great memory that was really semi the catalyst to it, you being introduced to me and us having this friendship now. And your dirty polls, you are so mean. Oh my god! Every time I see your polls, I'm like, this guy, like, every time putting my favorites against each other, and I'm like, I can't pick Stella. I can't pick. How dare you?
I mean, it's so funny. It's so funny because people are always like, "Oh, I love this show. This is my favorite show." But once your shows are pit against each other, okay,
Yeah,
what's really your favorite show?
yeah. I'm like, dude, and with my undecisive self, I'm like, oh, I can't do this. You're just literally hurting me. So sometimes I just really don't even pick, or sometimes I just have to, and I'm like, fuck, dang it, he won. So yeah, I do love that you do that though.
Well, I mean, a lot of time. I mean, a lot of times for me, it's like even when I'm not watching a lot of shows, I try to gauge what everybody's
Mm-hmm.
feeling. So that's kind of what the poll does for me sometimes.
No, that's good. That's good though. I like that. I definitely wanted to incorporate that more on my even own Twitter. So I haven't done it per se because I still wanted to come back from being like not doing my daily tweets like for a while now. Because I used to do that a lot, like 2017 to 2019. But I think COVID time maybe
Yeah,
killed it for me for a lot of reasons. I was going through high school at that time, or like my senior year, so or my sophomore or junior year before my senior year, and then just a lot of things happened. So I didn't get to tweet as much as I usually did. So I've been trying to like bring that back basically, but even then it hasn't been as successful. But that's why doing this content stuff is like my other outlet to do that and reach people and do the same thing that I was doing in the tweets. So yeah, I really want to keep doing that.
yeah. I'm always excited when I see glimpses of that because that's it's really awesome.
Oh yeah, I like. I know there's always like the big ones that do it. Like I don't know if I'm pronouncing their name right, but Baglier. They're always one that I see that always do like the
Yeah, yeah,
reviews. Um,
yeah.
who?
They're the main ones.
Yeah, and then there's some other ones too. And of course, it's great to see that too. But I'm like, dang, I used to do that too. I wouldn't be up there. I
That used
wouldn't.
to be me.
That used to be me. I used to run them streets. But no, it's I especially for me, I explain things in such a simple way, but I do appreciate them and always explain about the staff and like just like a lot of other details that I probably wouldn't like, or especially because of Twitter and the limited words you have. That again,
Yeah.
I hate it that behind like a blue check mark, like how many words you can increase and whatever. Elon, we hate you, but it's okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
seeing them do it, I feel like an amateur. Yeah, they're doing all the staff and all the background. I'm like,
No, for
okay, like
real.
you got it.
No, for real. I'm like,
I'm
yo,
I'm just vibes. I'm just vibes.
that's all. Look, like I do, like especially I'm really bad with names for the staff and stuff like that. So again, shout out to my friend Memory and K. He is so good at that, and he can remember like all their names and stuff like that. But I'm like, dude, you have that, because I really can't. Like I do like recognize some things, but I'm like, or like music, like I'm like, oh, it's this composer for sure. But I don't remember their names. I can always like just reference what they've done. So again, always shout out to people who can because my peony brain that is just here for vibes cannot. So I don't fault for the ones who do that. So hey, but
I mean,
oh,
I look at it like, okay, there's always the critic score or whatever. I'm just the audience score. I'm just
there,
they
God,
have the tomato score. I'm just the audience.
oh my God, that is such a good way to
How
explain it.
much how much how much fun did I have? I had a lot of fun. That's all I can give you.
No, wait. Actually, you're not wrong. That is such a good way to explain it. We really are the audience score. That is so funny. Especially too because we're so different in our taste, right? Like there'll be people like shitting on this like one anime and we're both like, what, this is actually really fun, like this is a great
Like that's
time.
my favorite show.
That's a good, what are y'all on about? I'm like, so I guess in that regard we do bring the fun for people who do love said series that people don't talk about, and that's why we do even the tweets, right? Because we
Yeah.
like to talk about things that maybe a lot of mainstream like streamers or tweeters tweeters talk about that don't get a lot of shine. Man, I'm trying to. Oh well, no, I was gonna say like Bisco,
Yeah, it's not gonna get that light like all the mainstream shows.
yeah. There's a lot of examples we've both like have really liked that people don't really talk about. Again, this is just one because of
You're
recently.
about to say Bisco?
Yeah, like Psycho Bisco or something like that. I forgot the name, but I know it's Bisco at the end.
I was just thinking about that the other day.
I know we got a season 2 coming, so hey, that's hype. I don't know if it's this year though, but
We've had a season 2 coming. We've had
or
a
a
season
year.
2 coming for like 5 years or
That is true.
whenever. Was it like 2022? Like
That is true. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. So like even that one, people didn't really talk about, but me and you we were right there. Day one, we were right there. It's so good. I'm excited for season 2
yeah,
when it comes back.
day 1 for sure.
100%. And Handyman Saito, that is one that is
Well, I
criminally.
mean, I think
Talk about. Oh, you can talk about it's
You were yeah, yeah, you were the main one on that, the handyman. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
dude, Handyman Saito was so good and is so criminal that people didn't, I don't know, check it out. And I love, again, this is a another content creator. Shout out to Brandon. He does reviews, of course, on anime. He's awesome. And he recently was like watching it because he was like trying to look for things to like cover on the channel. And he was like, how did people not talk about this more than it should have? Like, this is actually such a good isekai. And I'm like, it really is. At first, you might think it's like, I don't know, too bland and whatnot. But honestly, the comedy and how it all comes together, it really reminded me of like Gintama. Like Gintama has all these different characters. Again, this is my favorite anime, and but at the same time, it has all the stories connect in some way or form, and it brings such a bigger like story, and it's so good. And that's what I appreciated about Handyman Saito. Is like, sure, it didn't have anything like an OP character or whatnot, but it had these characters that were so grounded, and like even the MC like having his own problems from the real world that happened that he had before coming to this isekai world, and it's just really well handled. I really want to talk about that more in another time, and also I just need a season 2 because it's so good. I really love it. So I'm glad Brendan and maybe the other people because of him
Yeah,
watching it are checking it out now. Yeah.
yeah, that's so weird. I mean, with Isekai being like so popular, I wonder why that one didn't get the shine it deserved. Because it was, like you said, it had everything. It had the wholesome moments while still being like Isekai friendly with like the magic and everything
Mm-hmm.
and dungeons.
Oh yeah. Yeah, really don't. I think because that season had a lot of other good things. I can't remember really right now, but it really was overshadowed. But again, this is why I really wanted to make content is to bring those series that were always getting overshadowed or not really talked about a lot to light. So that is why I really just started wanted to do content because of that. So again, even for this podcast, that is really like my intention for like even how long I've been planning this is like to bring a lot of series that people don't talk about. Of course we're gonna talk about a lot of mainstream stuff again, but I do want to bring to light a lot of hidden gems that people don't get to actually check out or give a chance to. So yeah, that is what we're here to do, Stello. And that's why
Yeah,
we're mm-hmm.
yeah, I remember bringing up. I remember posting about like Raven of the Inner Palace,
Oh
and that
my
was a
god.
really under the radar show.
Oh my god, talk
And I
about it.
remember everyone going crazy about it, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm not the only one. Like everybody else enjoys this too."
It had a low key like fan base basically. Like for the ones that knew, but it wasn't popular like Apothecary and like all this other stuff because it's fair, right? It didn't probably have a lot of big elements like Apothecary does, but it really was good though. Like really good, and I love the dynamic between that prince or emperor. No, I think he was a prince. I forget now. I don't know. He was an emperor maybe, and of course the Raven lady. She was, oh man, the story was really sad too. The opening was a banger by Queen Bee. So good. Um,
Queen Bee, it's always Queen Bee. It's always
always,
Queen Bee.
always with the bangers. I'm telling you, Queen Bee has really stepped up their game. I'm just saying. I think maybe, of course, no. That Queen Bee started with Dororo, and then that was a banger.
Yeah, yeah.
Body is so well. Da, 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 da.
It's been up since there.
Ah, they've been killing that.
But that's funny. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm glad you brought it up because I was just about to say, Apothecary Diaries came and, basically just, you know,
Ah,
Raven of the Inner Palace basically walked so that Apothecary Diaries could run and take it to
yeah.
another level.
Yeah, I'm actually very curious about even novel wise, which one I think Raven did come out first in Apothecary. So hey, that's awesome. Yeah, we definitely need a Raven season 2 for sure though. That is such a good series. But yeah, again, definitely we're gonna talk about more about other underrated things like in the winter anime season. Winter has finally officially ended as of today since the Darwin incident ended today. So I'm counting it as basically winter is not coming. Winter is gone now, and the spring is here. So before we get into the spring season, I definitely want to talk about at least a lot of the highlights that we've had with a lot of the spring season. And look, there's been a lot of highs, of course, right? We have JJK, we have Sentenced to Be a Hero that at first, wasn't in people's radar, but now, of course, clearly it is now. We have Oshinoko Season 3, Fire Force Season 3, Free Rent Season 2, and Hell's Paradise Season 2, and even more, right? And so, yeah, we're going to talk about basically ones that we want to highlight. Stella, if you want to go first about anything you want to like really talk about that maybe you haven't been able to fully have your voice out really.
Well, I mean, I feel like JJK has always been one of those, of course it's like the most mainstream show out right
Mm-hmm.
now between that and like Demon Slayer. But I've always been cool with JJK, but I've never been like overwhelmingly into it. But
Mm.
this season was like the first season where I was like fully into it. And now I'm like even going back, like I want to get more into the lore and like understanding everything since like even with the culling games, like some of the stuff you really got to sit down and look at all the,
Yeah, yeah.
the minor details.
Oh yeah.
So I've just really been enjoying it this season.
I think yeah, this season has brought a lot of like, especially the really good of JJK. Of course, the Maki fight, and of course even the Megumi and Keiji fight. Really good stuff, and of course that last finale of Yuta fighting all these other ones. Ugh, we love Yuta. I think really. I feel the same way as you. I'm not like I am into JJK, but I'm not as high about it as everyone for sure. But I am very high on Yuta. I love him as a character. I love just his whole story, and to even see him finally in the anime in this part is so good. And I mean, especially with his abilities with Rika and all that, really good. And even meeting some others, people with like the receipts thing, and of course I think his name is Tabuta. I forgot his name. I call him Deadpool because he really is just like a goofy guy with his like this power that even he doesn't know that he has. So it's a really good time. JJK definitely has just shined this season for sure, like in quality, in the story. Really good time.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that fight because I was just saying the other day that I think this eclipse, that last episode eclipsed the Tengen fight in Demon
Mm.
Slayer for me, which is like very hard to do. Like that
Oh,
was the best fight
100%.
I've ever seen, but this Yuta fight, I think it finally overshadowed it for me.
Oh man, the whole running through the whole road and just everything. I think honestly, I didn't notice but some of it was like CG a little bit, like him running, but it looked really good. It didn't even look
Yeah,
like bad. It was
yeah.
everything to the colors and how everything went. Just even him having like copying the technique of I forgot her name. I'm so sorry, but like it looked like a gum like shoot from like
Euro or something.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, just all that really good, and of course, Mister with his pompadour. Ah, what a guy! I love him. He was great. I loved his character.
Yeah, I think like the whole domain expansion thing, like I was just like out of my seat. Like that was just the
Mm-hmm.
craziest thing to me, like a three-way domain expansion or whatever. But um the other thing is anytime you can there's like a roach involved and I'm not immediately like, okay, what
Nah,
are we doing here? Like I was actually
for
like hyped to
real.
see what he was gonna do.
No, for real. Oh God, that man got trashed, just like in the solo leveling. That roach. Golly.
What is it with these insects every time?
They think they're them or they're him, but they're really not until they finally meet that their opponent and they're like, wait, oops. I mean, wait.
Hey, I'll I'll give it to this one.
Nah,
Wait.
nah, he did put that
I'll
work
give it
in.
to this one though because this one actually had a valid reason. Yuta asked him why,
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
said he loves the taste of iron, and I was like, okay, that's fair.
No, yeah, they ain't wrong. It had a yeah. You can't really diminish what insect would do, right? Like, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but we had to shut you down though. Bye bye. Poor guy. God. But no, I mean, again, I guess we won't see JJK until next year. I think if I remember right, I don't really remember right now, but I think
Yeah.
yeah, we won't see it for a while, which is sad. But again, the content that will be covered for next season is about to be awesome. So I'm excited. So yeah, I'm excited for people to check it out too when it comes out
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of people weren't too happy about it, but for me, like, I'm constantly seeing shows, like, end forever, so I'm
Mm,
glad, like, we just gotta wait 1 year and
yeah,
we're good.
exactly. At
Really
least
half a year, I mean, it's basically, it's
yeah,
March.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we're not at least like the JoJo fans having to deal with batches, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that's I feel bad for them.
it's really sad, but at the same time, it gives me time to catch up to all the parts. So I'm still in part one. I've been in part one for years. I haven't kept going, man. So this is like my opportunity.
Okay, same here.
Oh my
But my
god.
friend, he's like a huge like that's like his favorite show. So
Oh no, I know. There's a lot of people that are always telling me, especially the JoJo fans. There's like, bro, get on that. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. So hey, I at least look. I'm doing One Piece right now. I could do JoJo soon. I have such a big lineup that I have to like catch up on. JoJo, Hunter x Hunter. I haven't seen fully Hunter x Hunter, guys. I'm so sorry. Don't kill me. But yeah, so I
you
have a
haven't
lot.
seen.
No, I haven't,
I feel
bro.
like I've seen you talk about Hunter x Hunter before.
No, I haven't, dude. I've been
Oh.
trying not to, so I don't get obliterated by people being like, which, like, I mean, I've already been a little bit, but I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I watched Yu Yu Hakusho by the same creator I have by Togashi, but and again, I love Yu Yu Hakusho, but I never really fully caught up to Hunter x Hunter. I was like, well, at least I seen Yu Yu Hakusho, which is the better one. Free Ren. Again, Free Ren. Oh man, it came back for the second season. It is shorter from the first season, but it's understandably so, right? The anime is catching up to the manga because it's an indefinite hiatus, so it makes sense to have like a breather season mostly. But honestly, it really wasn't a breather because it had a lot of good content even with the season two. That I mean, I guess people could say is like a filler or it wasn't as high as season one, which is fair. It really wasn't as high as season one, but at the same time, the content that we got in this season was still incredible though. You can't fault it for that, and especially for the being like a setup for the bigger
Yeah, I
arc
mean,
next season. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't think they would have enough content like for this. So I was glad to see they,
Mm-mm.
10 episodes like that's pretty decent.
Really decent, and especially with the extended stuff they did, right? They made like this one page panels be like a full episode, right? They extended a lot of scenes that looked incredible, by the way. So gotta give it to them in that regard too. Like wow, really good. Just
What
yeah.
what what studio is that? What is that? Is that Madhouse or what studio is that?
Ooh.
Because yeah, they really did a good job with that.
How do I'm not remembering right now? I'm looking. Madhouse. It is Yeah, Madhouse. Of course, the goats.
I knew it. It
Madhouse.
had to be
You're
Madhouse.
right. But yeah, I mean, again, I love the Himmel content they covered, the Stark and Fern content, even the Freeran content, just the typical Freeran content. Even like these two characters that, of course, we've seen one of them before. I forget her name right now, but yeah, we saw a lot of characters that we've seen in season one that we got to see again and have a good time with, and even a little bit of character development, even for Stark and Fern too. So I didn't hate anything in this season really. I really enjoyed it, and I get it if people don't have it as high as season one, but it doesn't need to be as high. It just was a good time. It was a good time before we get to the bigger arc that is called the Golden Pawn or something like that, the Golden something, which that is it looks like it's gonna be crazy. And even with that coming out next season, not next season, but next year in 2027, it really depends if the manga comes back because even after that season ends, we're not going to get any more free run for a minute. So we gotta be happy with what we're
Yeah,
being fed
for
with.
a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it looks like you're not dealing with one hiatus, but okay, with Freeman, you do get that one, so you're not missing on too many hiatus.
That
So
is true. That is
the
true.
Hunter x Hunter one is way worse. So yeah.
That is honestly, you're right. Togashi's literally making just one page per day. And he'll come back, guys. Promise for your manga readers. So hey,
And posting it, just he's posting it so we know too.
yeah, he's like, hey, just know I am working on it though, right, guys? Yeah, 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 yeah. Crazy guy, but we love him. We love him. And now to get into Ocean no Ko season 3, man. The downfall. Well, at the end is the beginning of the downfall, but at least the beginning content was really good. I don't know if you caught up fully to this or
Yeah,
did
I was
you
gonna say,
talk about it?
y- I'm only a couple episodes behind, but I
Mm-mm.
know like I'm worried that this is the beginning of the end. So
Oh yeah. It's sad to say, but I don't know, man. It just it was a good episode, the finale. But at the same time, it really is the start of like something that had so much potential just go down the drain. And maybe they'll change it maybe in the anime like how Asa changed the Kaguya ending in the movie. So it's like maybe we have hope for that even though I don't know why they did that with Kaguya-sama, but that's here nor here or there, whatever. But again, I mean at least the beginning stuff was really good. I personally liked the turmoil that Ruby was going through. It's a scary thing, but at the same time, yeah, that poor girl. Just you kind of do feel bad, and of course with Kana and then Akane, like a lot of things that all these characters were going through in this season that was just real because of this idol culture, and it's just yeah, it really hits on themes that I feel like a lot of things, especially in idol stuff, are really like shy to like really talk about, but it's really mature on how it handles it and really in a really good way. You got to give it to Asa in that sense with the writing.
yeah, I'm a huge Ruby fan, so yeah, like you said, it's hard to see those types of things going on for her. But at the same time, like you said, it's good that they're shining light on it, and it's just really good writing the way they do it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like a lot of the season, how did you feel about like a lot of the things that Ruby was doing since you're a Ruby fan? I'm a Kana fan, so I was kind of like having it rough with her having to do with Aqua, and it makes sense because Aqua was going through things, but I'm like, no, my baby. So how did you feel about the Ruby stuff? Really?
I mean, I kind of get it. I mean, just even from her birth, she's kind of been set up for, to be turning out like this in the first place. So anything that I see happening, I'm kind of like, well, I think it was going to get to this point eventually.
Yeah, yeah. Sadly, yeah. But at least you haven't gotten there. But it did have a good end per se, and then until the other part came in, and yeah. But no, we gotta give flowers to at least this third
Well,
season.
yeah.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, that's the other thing though, because I mean, you know how popular it is. So a lot of things I already know to begin with. So I kind of don't want to get to that point.
You have to. You have to. It's an hour long finale. You have to. But like I was gonna say, I personally like season 2 content a lot. Like season 2 was just my favorite part, really. But again, I did like a lot of the stuff in this season. So again, we gotta give flowers to what the season really brought, and look forward to what season 4 is gonna bring us, since that's gonna be the finale of the overall series. So I am very, I'm just worried, but at the same time, I already know what's gonna happen. So at the end of the day, I'm just really curious how people feel about it. Maybe it isn't as bad as like. No, no, never mind. It's really bad. Never mind. I really try to justify it, but no, it's yeah, no, it's no. I can't positive like
I don't know though, because
talk about it.
I do feel like a lot of times in the manga, like things will be like way worse because they're just like panels, like they're just pages,
Mm,
and you can't really put too much as much as it like being animated, and I've seen it with like several, series. Like
Mm-hmm.
people didn't like Attack on Titan, people didn't like My Hero, but then once it's animated and you get to add like actual depth
That
to
is
it,
true.
then it makes more sense.
Yeah, the AOT one too. I didn't. I kind of, I guess, understand, but with the My Hero one, I don't really understand the gripe of the ending, like manga wise too. I'm like, bro, it was good though. It wasn't that bad. Like Demon Slayer, at least manga wise, was probably the worst out of like, I would say a lot of them. But otherwise, I do agree with you. That probably does shine
I
a
mean,
lot of different perspectives for a lot of people. It's like seeing it animated and being like, oh, they're adding a little bit of extra scenes, especially with the My Hero one, right? They added characters from the movies. They added a lot of other cute things, and of course the reference of the opening, which was really sweet. So I guess yeah, it just depends sometimes.
yeah, I think the thing with My Hero though was like, didn't it end like, and we didn't know if that actually was the end, and then they gave us more chapters, and it was like, oh, okay, now it makes
Oh
sense.
well, maybe it was that. I don't really remember right now about like if that is what initially made people mad. Wow, if that is it, then maybe. But I mean, clearly, right? I feel like he was with the student, so that would be like the ending. Am I wrong? I don't remember. Can't really remember
Y-
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, um, again, I mean, I'm very excited to see what season 4 brings in that regard of other little maybe moments that I do kind of enjoy. So we will have to see in season 4. It's gonna be interesting. So, but talking about like a finale, we the finale hasn't come out for Fire Force season 3, but I think you say you're not watching it at all, right? Or you haven't caught up or something.
No, I'm not. I haven't.
Ooh, okay,
I mean, but yeah,
but
like
you
I
know
said,
things.
that's something I'm always just kind of, yeah.
Okay. But of course, especially since this will be the finale, I think on Friday. I don't remember. There is gonna there's gonna be a reveal, which I'm guessing you know too, which is gonna be very awesome and exciting. And I mean, it kind of already gave you a little bit last episode about the Soul Eater connection, but next episode is gonna give it even a broader and really focus on it. So again, I always liked Soul Eater. Not Soul Eater. I mean, I do like Soul Eater, but Fire Force has been always interesting since the first season. It's been, I don't know, of course, right? People always make fun of like, oh, is that the boy with the fiery feet or whatever? But I don't know. Shino's been cool. The characters have grown a lot, and they really are awesome. And I love what the mangaka did. It is risky, but at the same time, it's just hilarious how they did it. And even with the anime elevating a lot of things too was just really good. Even with like the skip content they maybe do, but overall it still was a good season. I'm very excited to see the finale, and yeah, it's just funny to me. Again, we will have to for allow you to see what happens in this the next episode. But I liked just how all the time the since the beginning of Fire Force, people always questioned, is this a prequel to Soul Eater? And the mangaka's like, no, and then come to find out, well, maybe there's something there. So yeah, I don't know. I always have seen Fire Force in a good light. I've always enjoyed it. The openings have been fire, pun intended. So yeah, Fire Force is such a good time. I'm happy that people have been enjoying the season 3, part 2. So yeah, been a good time.
Yeah, I didn't know that they had always like teased, and asked the mangaka like, is it connected? I never knew that part.
Yeah, I think. Oh man, I think I saw someone ask and they said no, or like people have always said that since day one. Is this a prequel to Soul Eater? But people are like, nah, it doesn't make sense, yada yada, and other stuff like that. But once it got closer to the ending, they're like, hold up. Like, fans were like, hold up, what? Wait a minute. What's going on
Too
here?
many connecting dots.
Yeah, so it's really fun how they do it at the end. So yeah, again, I'm very excited to see this episode come out and fully explore that, and also just maybe give us a possibility of a Soul Eater remake or reboot. Yeah, I would be down for either or even just starting from where they left off. Even though the anime did like move away from the manga a lot more, so I mean, again, I'm down for a remake, man. It's time. Soul Eater is such a good story that I feel like a lot of people would probably vibe with nowadays. So that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm just glad for like this final season. I feel like Fire Force is finally getting the respect it deserves because it always felt
Mm.
like it was just kind of like, there and not like actually people going crazy about it.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I think maybe season 1 people were on it. Season 2 was kind of like, well, especially because of the wait, right? It took so long for season 2 to come out, I think, if I remember right. So people were like already dying down on it, like, it was all right, which is understandable to feel that way about,
Yeah,
yeah,
that sounds pretty accurate.
yeah. So, it's understandable. But again, it's probably it's like the Doctor Stone thing. Like season 1, people were into it. Season 2, people were kind of maybe fell off on it or didn't really watch it. But every season from then on, people were like, "Whoa, this is actually really good." So it's probably that same effect, really. But yeah,
I don't know. I feel like some shows they don't promote as much as they used to.
I mean that too. Yeah, I mean again, Crunchyroll be
I don't know if that's like
ass.
a Crunchyroll thing
It
or
is.
what.
Yeah, Crunchyroll is ass at promoting their stuff. Yeah. I mean, Netflix is too. If some of them go on Netflix, Netflix never promoted a lot like that back then. I mean, even now, in a way, you could say. So it's just in the cycle of like never actually having something good, like at least shown out like that. So yeah, I mean that's the downside of it, and that's what I'm saying. That I don't know why companies don't like free promotion. When people react or talk about it, you gotta copyright them. God. But that's a rant for another day. But all right,
Yeah,
going
copyright for
into,
sure.
oh yeah, dude, the copyright stuff is crazy, especially now. I know you used to deal with it a lot back then too, but my goodness, golly. But yeah, going into Hell's Paradise. I think this is just you,
Yeah, I mean,
honestly.
who doesn't like
Oh
um well, you weren't like you said you didn't watch this season, right?
no, I didn't. I haven't caught up to season 2. No,
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say the only thing I wanted to really say about
talk
Hell's
about it.
Paradise was that I didn't know it was like close to the end.
Oh wait, for real? Hold up, what? Wait till like next.
Apparently, like next
Uh
season
huh.
will be like the last season.
Oh, well, to be, yeah, it was a short manga. Like, it got maybe axed really early. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it did end pretty early. That makes sense. Hmm.
I mean, because I was thinking like, oh, okay, like what's gonna happen next? Like, all right, what they have all these factors and like and no, it's basically gonna be it. So I don't know what to think
Oh,
now.
wow. How's the season been, like, overall, though?
But
Like,
I thought
mm-hmm.
I think it got a bad rap last year because the animation was like up and down and everything. But this
Yeah.
season, I think it's been like consistent animation, which was kind of hard to believe with Mappa having to animate both JJK and Hell's Paradise at the same time. But yeah, it's been really good. I've enjoyed this season a lot, maybe even a lot more than last season.
Well, that's good. All right. Getting back. Yeah, I heard about like how great the animation has been this whole season of Hell's Paradise, which that's awesome. I think even the content though, right? Like a lot of the things that with the characters have been awesome. So that's good to hear that it's been actually going up from here, which we kind of, I mean, I don't know if you did too, but after season 1, people like manga readers were talking about like, wait, just wait, it gets better from here. Just trust it. So apparently like just in general this season was supposed to be good, so I mean that's good that people have been enjoying it who are fans of
Yeah,
Hell's Paradise.
I mean, I will I will say I think there's a lot of stuff that happened with Gabi Maru, which I think for me personally kind of takes away from like what he does or who he is.
Oh, for real?
But I'm yeah, I mean, because you know how crazy and
Mm.
durable he is, so I think it did take away from it a little bit.
Mm-mm.
But I still like the whole connection with his wife and his
Yeah.
connection with Sagari. So that's the main points for me.
Yeah, 100%. I remember reading a little bit of the manga at the time and loving the stuff with him and his wife. I'm like, dude, I need them to be, oh man, I wish there was like a whole season of just them because they were so sweet. Like how devoted he is to him, and just their backstory was so cute. I'm like, no, dang it, man. I'm so sad
I mean
we couldn't get
I mean,
more.
yeah, that's like the end story. I think that's what we're kind of looking forward to at the end is just like to see what happens between those two,
Mm.
or if he makes it back. Like, I don't even know if he makes it back.
Oh God. Well, I guess because is wait has the finale happened or no? I guess you haven't seen the finale. Is that what it is too? Or is the
Oh
finale?
no, no. The finale was yeah, the finale was Sunday. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I guess we have to see in season 4 how it goes. Should maybe hopefully be caught up by then. So yeah, I am very excited to see all that stuff. I only saw clips of him talking about like his wife and like what he's. That scene was so cute. Just telling the other girls like what his wife smelled like and all that. Really cute. Just really sweet. He definitely seems a lot more softer from the first season when I was checking the clips. I was like, oh, like he's opening up to them a lot more, which is very sweet. But yeah.
Well, I think that was like one of the best twists last season was,
Mm
you know, we were learning that was that an illusion? Was his wife real and all this stuff from,
mm.
his clan and everything?
Well, I mean, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, all right. To segue to Face Range Fake, I don't. Have you been watching this Fate? I don't know if you have. Have you?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Ooh, are you? Is it because you're scared to like start from here, or like, or is it because you're just not even interested in Fate?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you start from here? I don't even know what I don't even know what the order is of this or is this just like a standalone? You can just start from here.
Like realistically, in a way, the creators have said that you can start from here. Like you could appreciate like the references they make and all that, but to be honest, you really could. And they like kind of make it like beginner friendly in a way for you to understand. But basically, you should watch at least the first one, which is like Fate Zero, which I thought I had seen, but no, I've seen Fate Stay Night in the Blade Unlimited Blade Work. So a lot of the big info is from Fate Zero, which you would appreciate a lot of the scenes that come in the beginning or even at the end. But at the same time, you could start here and legit go in Fate Zero and then even have a more appreciation for both, and you'd be fine, really. So it is really a standalone. It's a whole new holy grail. It's set in America, in LA, with different characters, and even some characters that you have maybe seen from different ones that come back. Or there's a lot of references to even things that a lot of Fate fans maybe even haven't seen that they make in this series. So again, it really depends if you're willing to look at to like do a little bit of research of these characters sometimes. That's why I kind of had to do, especially because of how they're squeezing so much information in this season. Even though it's really good, even as an anime only, but hearing the light novel readers being like, they cut out a lot of things, which some things are okay they did, but some things really mattered. So at the end of the day, I had fun. It was a good season, maybe my favorite Fate again, but I haven't seen a lot of Fate since I got like kind of like scared off to even do it because it's like the order. So I was like, I don't know if I really want to catch up to Fate anymore then. So, I mean, realistically, you could start from here. You really could. And have a journey to go backwards.
Yeah, I mean, it's always the shows with the order where you want to start, at the right place, like even
Yep.
magical index or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know which one to start with that either.
Uh, I mean, with that one, you just start with that one's more simpler, I would say, to start off because a lot of the other things are like spin-offs that do align with the story, but at the same time, that like you can I don't know. I think in that one, yeah, that one's more simpler. I would say like more so Monogatari. That one feels like that's a lot more harder to
Yeah,
have like
I was I was
yeah.
I was just about to bring that up too. Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah, that could be it. But I mean, yeah. I mean, Fate was really good this season, especially with the characters I kind of knew from Lord and Malloy. since I really wanted to start that series, but I knew I had to start like maybe the other one. So seeing Waver, seeing Flat, seeing Gray, they were really nice like little characters to see. But seeing Flat have a bigger like story in this season was actually really cool, and I love the Jack the Ripper being his servant. Really good combo. A lot. I think a lot of the more servants from this series are being more presented from their real life like history, which is really nice. Richard Lionheart, which Richard became my sweetheart. I really wasn't gonna start this one until I saw Richard, and I was like, oh my god, I love him. He is so sweet. He is such like a puppy, a golden retriever, and the whole mystery with Ayaka, which is his servant or master, my bad, quote unquote, and a lot of other mystery stuff going on within this fate, Holy Grail, and yeah, just a lot of good things. I really would recommend it for anyone to check out because first, it's eye candy. It has beautiful like animation, direction, and again, I like the story a lot. I really do. Even with the extended research I had to do for maybe certain characters and whatnot. So, either way, it was really fun. I really think it was like one of the biggest highlights of this winter season for me personally. It's definitely like one of my top 5 faves from the season. So, especially with the finale. Oh, that finale was crazy, man. I will tell you, I mean, if you do start this, or for anyone else that maybe wants to start Fate, because it's really good. It really is. It has a lot of fun characters, a lot of fun servants, and really good time. And season 2 basically is confirmed, so hey, we're gonna get more. So that's exciting. So yeah, I mean, definitely if you want to, and also it's set in America. You know, you got to see how crazy they go in the in America. It's crazy, man. But yeah, since
I mean,
talk about it.
I feel like anytime you have the chance to have a opportunity to check out Ufotable, like something produced by Ufotable, like you take that opportunity. So I'm
Oh,
pretty
this
sure
one.
it looks pretty good.
Funny enough, this one isn't ufotable. This was A1 Pictures, but it still had a very good quality. But again, yes, the past ones were by ufotable, at least a good decent amount of them. So you can get eye candy in that way, but this one was A1 Pictures, and A1 just had a good staff that they went crazy. They had a lot of great outsources that was just fantastic. So everything, to their mannerisms, to just a lot of the direction and animation in general, was so good, and the sound effects. My goodness, especially with Lionheart with his Excalibur just sounding like a lion's roar was so good. So yeah, I know 100%. If you want quality, there's Space Strange Fake. It's really good. So yeah, definitely, I would
And
recommend. Mm-hmm.
here I thought they had a binding vow with Ufotable where it
Nah.
could never be done by any other studio, but
No.
A1 Pictures, I like A1 Pictures, so that might be alright.
Yeah. No, it's really good. It was a really fun time. So definitely, hey, one of my highlights. Really good time. But another thing that was a really good time is Polar Opposites. I think you are definitely caught up with this one, right? I think. I don't know. Even if you're not caught up, I know you're having a blast with this one.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of my favorites. I think we're I think it's kind of refreshing because I think we're starting to get to those romances where we cut out all the chit chat and like get
Mm-mm.
straight to I know we like seeing the reveal of the confession and all that
Mm-mm.
later down the episodes, but it's cool to see it like straight from the jump. Um like Dangers in My Heart we've seen,
Mm.
but this one resonated with me a lot more.
It's definitely poppy, and like you said, again, I am such a romance like just fanatic. I read it every day. I love it. And again, I do love those ones that, of course, take some time before they get in a relationship. But at some points, you want to get just straight into it and get into the fluff and like get into just the daily life of them being together. And Polar Opposites does that so well, especially with the added couples behind the main ones, right? And those are even really good too. It's a really fun time. It's really, again, like I said, poppy. The opening's a banger, and the ED's a banger. The characters are so fun and so energetic, and Suzuki and Tani are really cute. Even the other couples, like there's so much mixed in the series that is just really nice. really awesome. And he's so cute. It's just so cute.
Yeah, there's so much to love, and I like that, like you said, the other couples, like, they really make the show too,
Oh yeah.
and it's just cool seeing that that's like real life, like, opposites do attract,
Mm-hmm.
and it's cool seeing how, what he doesn't have, he gets out of her and, vice versa.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think especially okay, again, right, like with Tani and Suzuki, like one of my highlights was the movie talk, right, when they went to watch a movie together, and they came out of there like Suzuki was just talking about like, oh, my favorite part was this and this, and he's like telling her the names and all that. She's like, oh wow, you remember a lot of like the details. I really don't really always remember the details, but at least I know the story and like, a lot of the intentions the movie had. And he's like, wait, that's really how you read that scene and stuff like that. So I don't know, it really resonated with me because I'm that same way. I don't remember the names, maybe some all the time, but all that, but at least the story and like the emotional side of it is my favorite part of any in like media. So again, this makes me think about like me and my friend. He's more of like the just the details. He remember every detail, but for me, I just remember more of like the impact the story has, the characters, the moments, and a lot of things that they have like underneath the story that isn't really in your face, but you can pick up on it. So that was my one of my favorite scenes between the two because it showed how opposite they are, but at the same time, their balance is like she gets to like get the details from him, and he gets to get to the emotional aspect of the film, and he's like, wow, I never thought about it that way. That was, I don't know, that was definitely the highlight of me being like, oh, these two are just so cute. And it's just real. Sometimes in a relationship, that's just how you do, and you give each other what the other lacks and whatnot. So that was just, yeah, really good in that department.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that scene because, that was one of my favorite scenes too. And like you said, there was a lot of things he didn't notice or she didn't notice. And even, when they had the meal afterwards, so, and she got to pig out in front of, and you could see like them slowly changing each other just from being around each other all the time.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I oh man, there's a lot of good moments between Tani and her, but even like her being self conscious about how she looks outside, and he's like, I mean, I think you're cute either way. It's like with a plate. I don't care how it's like presented. I just still like the dish. But in her eyes, she's like, well, I like to be presentable. I like my plate to be nice and really organized and still enjoy it. So that perspective too was really nice. Like sometimes in anime they'll drag that, but the way these two talked about it in that same episode and was like, I mean, I still think you're cute. Don't worry about how you look. I love you and stuff like that, which of course it's like a typical thing. Like it's like, would you love me as a worm? Like when some girlfriends ask their boyfriends, so it's like, yeah, I love you. Like, okay. And little things like that.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, this show is like, all romantic and comical, but it like a lot of the dialogue just really hits you because it's so relatable.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think for me, what hit me more relatable is the girl with the gray hair. I forgot her name, but it was like one of these recent episodes where she talks about how she was in her class, right? Like, sure, she had a lot of friends per se, but she never had a group, and she just always used to just try to fit in between everything and never really let her true self out and like fully. Basically she'll let herself out a little bit, but never all the way. And now that she found Suzuki and even the other friends, she could finally be like more herself and be more out there and not be afraid of like, oh, should I say this or should I say that to appeal to whatever, right? Which I was like, man, I kind of did that in high school. It was like, sure, on the outside it seemed like I had a lot of friends, which I did, and I could go to many different groups. I could go with the weebs. I can go with like the band. I can, I had a lot of connections in that way, but I never had a true group that I could just be like, oh, this is my gang, basically. So I don't know. That character moment really hit with me, and I'm very happy that she did find her group with Suzuki and them. That was really sweet. And even with Tyra, the gloomy guy, he's so relatable too at moments because you start overthinking a lot of things, especially in that age too. You're like, dude, they're talking about me, or they're gonna think I'm I'm like trying to be desperate or something like that. Like I don't know, his character was good too. A lot of course, Nishi and Yamada's relationship with her being just really shy and him so outgoing and really silly, but at the same time, so sweet. And they really complement each other, even with how different they are. It's yeah, this show just has a lot of good elements with how opposite each character is, but at the same time, they do balance each other really well.
Yeah, I'll have to give this show some time, but I think it's one of the better romances I've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll remember this one for a while.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, again, we got confirmed for a season two, which is, I mean, initially we knew it was gonna get 24 episodes, but it's gonna be split. So it's gonna cover the whole manga. So at least next season would be the finale, but at least we get to see it fully all completed. So that's gonna be fun. I'm very excited to see more of these characters since I saw the finale today and I was like, man, that is so cute. I was so excited to see season two. I need it. I need it. But yeah, another romance this season that I personally have read and I was really excited for was Tamon B side. Oh man, Tamon B side was a really, honestly a surprise to see like getting adapted. I was like, wow, I love this author. I haven't read their last work fully, but I did love their last work, and then this one too. Of course, it's an idol boy little show about Otage, a fangirl who loves her Oshi to maybe an unhealthy degree, but at the same time, she's unapologetic about it, and she knows who she is. She's a crazy fan, but at the same time, now she coincidentally became a housekeeper to him and sees his real side, basically his B side, him being such a downer on himself and not actually knowing to get past it and all that. Which it's a cute comedic side to it. So I don't know. Have you seen this one, Stella?
Yeah, I know. I remember talking to you about this one, and I was so like from the
Mm-mm.
get go, I already knew like this is your type of show.
Oh God.
But I was like,
Yeah.
I thought it would be like your favorite, like your very favorite. But I think you like, I think you said you had something else as like your top favorite over it. But yeah,
Mm.
like it was a really, I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, and I didn't think it would be as produced as well as it was.
No, I think yeah, me too. Actually, I don't know from the first poster and whatnot. I was like, oh, this is in good hands. Apparently, this is I because apparently there's some like people that talk about it on leakers. And also, all I knew is that they said that it was in good hands, and I was like, okay, bet that's awesome. But seeing the first episode and how crazy they went, I was like, oh yeah, they really want to like they love this show. Like it just the production it went into it, the facial expressions and whatnot. The only thing I was kind of worried about was Sayori voicing Utage. I personally just didn't feel like Utage was like Sayori fit Utage to be honest because of the fangirling moments, but honestly, she won me over. And I really do love her as Utage. She was really cute. I really loved her outbursts and her dying every second, just seeing Tomon's face. It was cute. It's very poppy, very like bouncy. It's just so energetic. But at the same time, it has its real moments with Otage having her past situation, even all these other characters that we haven't dived into it fully, but it was nice seeing like getting to meet basically the member of the week and seeing their B side and seeing their true selves. And also like going into real things in the idol culture too, like crazy fans, you know, and other things that again like Oshinoko maybe went a little bit more deeper into, but this series didn't shy away from it either. So there's a lot themes in that regard too that I really appreciate. And of course, the songs coming to life. I that is what I was really excited about too, was just seeing the songs mentioned in the manga being actually like performed, right? Because in manga you really can't really hear it, you can't see it, but with the anime you get to see it and hear it. So and it was really nice. I love Fly. I love I think it's Eyes on You and all these other songs that are original for this anime that the manga apparently helped with the lyrics. So that makes it even 10 times awesome that it really came to light in that way and they got to even put their hands on the lyrics. So yeah, I don't know. I love the series. It's really cute, but I was talking about it in my in this the other pod off the binge with my other friends that they kind of felt like sometimes Utage and Tomo's relationship was like getting into like I don't know a little bit like Tomo would get like his yandere moment and it kind of turned them off. But of course, it gets better from here in that regard. Tamon, you gotta think about it that Tamon has seen Utage as such a pillar for him, so he's just got attached. He's really attached to Utage, so it's kind of understandable. They're both crazy, and but they have their boundaries against each other too. They don't just fully go crazy and like all the time. They respect each other basically. So I want to hear your thoughts too about like the characters and whatnot in the story too, since you haven't consumed the source material like I have. So I was excited in so many other regards, but like you said, you were already astounded by the productions. How did you feel about the story by the end? If you did see the finale and whatnot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you're giving me a lot more information than
Oh,
I knew about because I didn't know about the lyrics or anything. So that's
mm-mm.
pretty cool. I had no
It's so
idea.
cool, dude. It's so cool.
But yeah, I mean, I expected this to be like a one off for me. I try to with every season just give every show like one episode, and I knew this was like for you, but I was like, all right, like I'll check it out, and I liked it, so I just kept watching, and
Mm-mm.
I really like their dynamic. I mean, it's more of that. I wasn't getting that Yandere vibe, but
Mm-mm.
um, I guess I can see where they're coming from with that. I
Yeah.
know just from episode 1, I was getting more of that fruits basket vibe with, Toro. So
Mm-mm.
that's where I kind of lean toward it, but
Mm-mm.
I mean, I do get if they saw it from another lens, yeah, for sure.
I think it's just more the later parts where she even like calls out that he knows what he's doing when he's using Harihara, right? Like he knows that she loves Harihara,
Yeah.
so he'll turn that on to like abuse it in some sense. So in that essence, they were like, oh, he's being a creep. Like he's being really creepy right now, which is fair. But honestly, now that you brought up the fruits basket thing, my friend was talking about that when we were watching the trailer before the anime came out that he said that Otage reminded him of Toru, and I was like, "What? What are you on about?" But honestly,
Yeah.
by the more the show went, honestly, I was like, "Dang, she really is the Toru for this whole group, right?" Because again, like Toru changed the Soma family to be more closer, and that's what Utage is doing literally for these bandmates. They didn't used to like actually talk to each other and actually like have a like open up about themselves until Utage came in the picture and they started being more closer as a band. So I was like, dang man, she really is Toru. She's the Toru of this group. That is awesome. That is so cute. I didn't even think about it even while reading. So, hey, fair enough for you two to catch that.
Yeah, yeah, that's totally the vibe I got from it, but I'm glad you brought up, he would turn that on because
Mm
like how much of that is supposed to be like a comical thing and how much
mm.
of it is like him actually taking advantage. Like I don't even because sometimes I don't even think about it like that because of I know it's comic relief in a lot of
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, no, it kind of was by episode 6. You can see intently like what he's doing. He'll be his gloomy self, but then he's like he'll ask her something and she'll be like, "No, I can't do it." Because right, she's being professional. She's like, "No, I can't do this." And then he gives like a little signal. He's like, "Oh, okay." And then he'll be Harihara and then she's like, "Okay." So it isn't all the time, and I think after one episode, he did learn to not do that because what she really said, like, "Hey, don't do that. That is no." So he learns, but at the same time, he gets possessive for sure. So he gets a little possessive. But again, the other members were awesome. Again, I personally love Natsuki and Rintaro, which the purple guy we're gonna meet next season. But Natsuki's story with the sensei is my favorite part of the story. Really, I love them too. I really love how just a relationship, even though they had like an accident back in in the past, but I'm very happy they got to rekindle and really fix that relationship. And again, even for me as a manga reader, I'm very excited for the future of those two. So I am just happy that was adapted really well because I actually expected the song "Fly" to be more sad. I didn't expect it to be such a bop, which makes sense. It's like the theme song for their school little TV show, so it makes sense. But him using that song to encourage her and be like, "Hey, I keep going," and stuff like that, it's really sweet. Natsuki is such a good character. A lot of these characters are really good. Kaito, Ori, like I think in Ori is such a complicated character because of course, right? He's being he's being part of the love triangle, but at the same time he has a sad story too, and he has just been so like put into this position of being like, oh, I'm number one. And now seeing a person who doesn't see him as number one in their eyes, he's like, oh, frustrated. And he falls in love with her. So it's like in this tricky situation where you kind of feel bad for him and then you kind of like don't want like mess with him. But at the same time, you're like, oh, poor guy. So he's cute. I think they made me fall in love with Ori a lot more in the anime for sure. He's a cute guy. He's cute. It's cute. So yeah. A lot of good things with Tomon. Really good time. I hope you check it out in season 2 because season 2 is about to be awesome. I have no doubt in my mind that we're getting a season 2 announcement soon. So yeah, I'm very excited to see season 2. Because it's a good time. But yeah, I guess yeah.
Yeah, I was
Another
just gonna ask, did
yeah.
it
Go
get
ahead.
announced?
It didn't get announced, no, but it definitely teased it by the finale. It was like, oh, we saw a character basically that really goes into an arc of a bandmate, and it basically is telling you, oh, don't worry, we're doing a season 2. So yeah, it didn't get announced, but we're definitely getting it. Another one that I wish and I hope gets a season 2 is the Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife. Oh my goodness, this series is another one that I was shocked. I think more so than Tomon, to be honest. I was shocked, but because this one I read it like years ago and I really enjoyed it. It's such a cute series. It's not that long. I think I don't think it's completed now, to be honest, but it is a really cute one. I especially because it handles about blind, this girl being blind in a detective agency with this invisible man, which is such a weird concept, but at the same time became so cute. It is so cute, and especially since in the manga all the pages are colored blue, which I came to find out from Instagram that there was a blind person reading this manga, and they were talking about like how the author basically made the manga be kind of blue really to help blind people to read the manga, and I was like, wait, what? Because apparently blind people can see blue. I didn't really get to see the research, but they were mentioning that that's how they were able to read the manga because of what the author did. And that was really awesome to me. I was like, whoa, that I didn't know that was really, I just thought, because usually with like a lot of short manga like this one, they color it sometimes. I don't know why specifically, but they do. But this one had a reason. So that's what even astonished me about the manga. So that was awesome detail to really find out. But otherwise, with the anime, I am very shocked how hard they went in the animation with this one too. I think you have seen the clips before, Stella, right? There was an action scene, there was like this really good character acting scene, and a lot of just good expressions this series has, and just the background. Like, there's so much of this anime that is given so much love that I don't hate it, but I'm just really shocked that I'm like, wow, a short series like this is getting this much love. That's awesome. So again, I don't know if you've seen it fully, but have you checked out the Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife?
Yeah, I mean, I of course I knew about it, but I didn't really take too much interest in it until, I put it up as for one of the polls, and it was like one of the leading
Mm.
ones, and I was just
Mm.
like, I hadn't seen it at all. So I was just like, why is this, it looked like one of those generic shows, Invisible Man or what,
Mm.
so I didn't think it would be that good, but yeah, I mean, even hearing about how much detail they put into all the little things just tells you how much, they like it and how much the fan base cares about this series.
Oh my god, dude, it went really really well, and also it's an adult love like romance story, right? Again, we were talking about like all the misunderstanding and like you know getting confession by the end, but in this series you get a confession like episode 4 or 5. It's pretty early on, and it's adult love story where they get to like tackle a lot of themes. within that, and also just in general, because she's blind and he's invisible, he has a trauma about being in the dark and not being seen, and stuff like that. But for a blind person in her stance, like, she can see him way more than other people can, because again, she can't see, but her senses are heightened. So it's basically the perfect matchup, since he always had this fear of not being, seen, basically, even though, of course, he can't be seen. But, you know, it was a really good dynamic between the two. They're so cute. And honestly, if you watch it, you'll fall in love with it too. There's other couples for other people who, again, need other couples to maybe like relate to or whatnot. There's like these two like uh, gay lovers. They're really cute. He works in the office. They're awesome. There's this dark elf and like this white elf, really cute couple too. And even this Lynx, which I don't remember if she has a romance, but it's definitely someone she's interested in, it seems like. So maybe you get something there too. So honestly, it tackles a lot of great themes, and it's just so good, man. And I'm happy so many people checked it out. I know in the beginning it didn't have that much eyes on it, but by the middle and to the end, people started checking it out and being like, "Whoa, what the heck? What where did this come from?" And honestly, out of all the romances this season, I kind of want to say that this one was my favorite. Even though Polar Opposites, it's honestly, it probably is my favorite romance of the season. But this one really kind of hit a lot of things that I really, really liked. So I have to see. I really have to see. But otherwise, this show was just incredible, man. And you know what? Also, not sucked, but it was hilarious that this one came out on Thursdays with Sentenced to Be a Hero. So I would watch this first, basically, and the MC in that one is the same VA as Xylo. So every time I heard like this smooth, like romantic, like really nice voice, and then I watched the Sentenced to Be a Hero episode, and I hear like this grumpy, like really rough voice, I'm like, dude, the duality of this guy. Like, I'm falling in love over here with his voice
Is
being so smooth, and then I come to Sentenced to Be a Hero with him being grouchy, but still loving him because Xylo is still so fine. But yeah. Well,
is that was that that's the sub voice actor?
yeah, they're both. Yeah, they're both the Japanese voice actors are the same in those two series, but one's just more, more softer, and the other one's more grouchy, which is so funny that they both came out that same
Well, yeah,
day.
I mean, you love hearing that range.
Oh yeah, it's great,
You love
dude.
hearing that range for these voice actors.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. It was a good time. I loved it. I always had to make fun about it on the pod with my friends because yeah, legit, I'm at work and I'm over here falling in love and like squealing, and then watching Sentence to Be a Hero, I'm squealing too because I love Xylo, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, this he's not being the sweet guy. He's just being a grouchy guy, but I still love it. So yeah, it was that contemplated, like a complicated feeling. It was funny. But yeah, definitely check it out, Stella. I think you'll enjoy it. Again, I know we were gonna get busy with the spring season, so look, I don't want to put more on your plate, but honestly, I think out of all the romances, if you want something cutthroat and not, like basically what my friend says, mental gymnastics, it's a really good show. It's really good. Definitely check it out. And yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
get out
yeah,
to.
I know
Mhm.
just from the scenes I've seen from it, it gave me like similar vibes to I don't know if you remember, but I think it was like the
Cool.
ice guy and his cool
Oh, okay. Yeah.
colleague or something. It gave me those vibes whenever I saw it.
Okay. I can, oh, kinda, like, yeah, like, how you call it, story setting wise, yeah, but it definitely advances more faster than that one, for sure. But I get what you're meaning by the vibes, yeah, I can see that.
Well, that's a good thing because that was kind of a slow burn.
Yeah, it is. It's a slow burn. But it is cute. I think I was reading the manga. It is cute, but it doesn't go as fast as it could, for sure. So hey, that's a good one. I think you'll definitely enjoy. But yeah, we're gonna head into the Darwin incident, dude. I just came before we started this. I watched the finale, and I am mind blown, basically, with what they did. But basically, for anyone who hasn't heard about the Darwin incident, this really tackles a lot of taboo things. You know, it tackles a lot about the terrorism with vegans and all this stuff, and even with a human breed of a human and an ape. So it's definitely very, maybe if you feel uncomfortable, yeah, but yeah, it tackles a lot of things basically. It really does, and I get a lot of people's like feelings about it being like, I don't know, like uncomfortable, because it is. It tackles a lot of things that are very uncomfortable, but I think is a good thing to talk about. And I would always give applause to an author to even go this route, to talk about all these things about, of course, school shootings, like these terrorisms, vegans versus, of course, like, you know, people who just eat meat, and how the extremists go, like a lot of these things. And especially with this finale, like how bad LA did to these human beings was insane. And just even the finale, the reveal of like Charlie having actually a brother, which that was crazy. So yeah, I don't know. For me, personally, this show has been very interesting. I know always seeing the manga on manga sites have, I've never really been interested to check it out manga wise, but because I don't know what I thought, honestly, seeing that cover of Charlie, I just thought, I'm like, I'm not gonna enjoy it. But now seeing the anime like announced, I was like, wait, is that series interesting? So I checked it out, and now I'm here liking it, and I hope we get a season 2. I'm very curious where they go with it. So that's all I can say about the Darwin incident. It's honestly really interesting. If you're not comfortable with the themes and what they tackle, definitely don't watch it. Definitely don't. I don't know if you've checked it out, Stello. I think you no. I think you said you heard things. You know, of course, right? The this
Well,
combo.
yeah. I
Uh-huh.
mean, y yeah, I was gonna say I haven't watched the finale or anything, but I was just gonna say I hope the whole thing going on, the whole situation or the memes and everything, I hope
Mm-mm.
it doesn't take away from the actual series because it is
Mm-mm.
pretty good. I mean, even just a lot of the characters and what
Mm.
they have to offer, and their different beliefs and everything.
Yeah, 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 for sure. I definitely, yeah, the
Because
different
I mean,
beliefs, yeah.
I like even at the beginning when he's, I guess the bully is trying to tell him,
Mm.
"Oh, if you had to choose between I think it was like an insect or something and
Mm.
he's gonna poison everyone, like who do you kill?" And he's basically like, "I'd kill the insect, but I'd also kill you, like if that was the
Yeah,
case." So
that
I
was
like
crazy. I was
that
like,
type of
Charlie.
I was like, okay, this is the type of show I can like.
He sorry. He was just being real. Like he's like, either way, yeah, if there's danger, I'm going to kill it, bro. Like you think I'm not gonna kill it because it's an insect? I will kill you too, bro. I don't know. Charlie's react, like, sure, he isn't expressive, but the way he responds to things is like he's just being real. But at the same time, he it really comes to show, like, even like he mentioned one episode, like he's being a hypocrite. I think talking about like with the bully, right? And then he goes saves a bird and from getting eaten or something like that, or the eggs or something, and he's like, or no, he saves a spider, or no, he saves a butterfly getting eaten by a spider, basically. And he's like, wow, I'm over here talking about not messing with like life, but I'm over here like rescuing this butterfly. Like, I don't know, a lot of the Charlie's mindset is very interesting, and even by the end of the episodes, it really, I don't know. I'm very excited to see that just how Charlie goes from here on out, basically, because he just in his mind he's like, hey, I'm just me. I can't go either way, and especially even meeting his mom, his biological mom, and saying like, I mean, she's just my mom. I mean, I don't have a connection to her. Like, oh well. I'm like, it's like, that's not a thing to say, Charlie. That's not a thing to say.
She's just my mom.
It's just, he doesn't feel a connection. So he's like, I mean, she just birthed me. That's it. She's not like my mom, or you're because he had a more connection to the human parents that he had. So it's fair, but at the same time, it's like, dang, bro, you're gonna say that to your mom? Like, dang. So yeah, a lot of themes this goes into, and a lot of
Yeah, I mean,
oof.
I I appreciate how honest he is, so
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I like about him.
Mm-mm.
And like you said, he's just real.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, I mean, as real as like these extremists can get, man. Like these, it really shows how a lot there is a lot of people like this out there that have these beliefs and go to these extremes to prove a point. But then at the same time, you're hurting innocent people, man. It's like it's really conflicting. It really is, and it makes you think about all this stuff that's happening. And oof, it's a tough series. But at the same time, if you are interested in this type of things, like even if they're taboo, like hey, definitely check out the Darwin incident. It's a risky one to even have out, but at the same time, I always gotta give a plot to an author that goes to lengths to tackle a very uncomfortable theme. So hey, gotta give it there. But yeah, if you have any more thoughts about the Darwin incident, if you, because I don't think you saw the finale, like you said, right? Is there anything else you wanted to shout out?
No, I didn't. I'm glad you brought it up because yeah, I do need to see the finale because I guess it'll bring a close to a lot of the answers
Mm-hmm.
we were looking for.
Oh yeah, I mean, it does a bit. It definitely is like a setup to next season, which I'm guessing we are gonna get. So, yeah, we will have to see in season two. But yeah, talk about season two. Medalist season two, man. This was another situation like Freerun, where this one only had a 9 episodes because it's basically a setup to another big arc that is coming out with Medalist, which we're getting a movie for that, which that's gonna be awesome and exciting. But yeah, no, Medalist season two. I know Stello has told me that he hasn't seen Medalist, but he's very interested to hear my thoughts about it since yeah, he hasn't seen it. So basically, it's a really great ice skating anime about Inori. She started skating at a young or at a really late age basically, and she is getting a help from this coach who also used to skate at a really late age and very later than her, but really got inspired by this other pro skater that he looked up to. But unfortunately, he couldn't reach his dream. But now he's here to help Inori reach her dream, basically. And it's a really sweet story between these two. And Inori basically reaching her dream. It's going to be hard, but at the same time, she has such a great coach next to her who understands her feelings of like trying to get to the top and having someone there to believe in her against basically this beast of a skater who she's always on top. Is her name? I think her name. I forgot now, but I think her name is Hikaru, and she is a different like ballpark. She is insane. Like she is that pro. Like since a young age, she was always wanting to skate, and this Hikari girl is just insane. She's really beautiful. She's really sweet to Nori, but at the same time, that is her rival, and it is her goal to surpass her, basically. So yeah, this season two was just covering a lot of the build up from last season where she kind of got hurt and she was basically on leave for a while. So we had a little matches here and there where she basically won the gold medal, which we're so happy for. It was awesome seeing it, and me and my friends just every week seeing her try to like achieve this and honestly like basically kill it. And just yeah, there's a lot of great moments. I can just go on about it and about medalists, but a lot of the big highlight I like to talk about is basically Coach and Honori. This season was basically a lot of their bonding going even stronger and believing on her, even getting more of what is to come next season, especially with the coach versus Hikari too. They both are have looked up to the same basically beast because the one he looked up to is a beast too. He is just an animal on the skating rink, just like as the girl. So them being a duo too, basically, while our other two are basically people who haven't reached their dream, and the other two have, it's yeah, it's it's a really good series. I think a lot of people in the first season got a little bit turned off because I don't know, it's like a kid on the screen. I don't know, and people are like, ew. But really, besides that, it's a really good show. It doesn't do the anything weird Japanese, thing where they, you know what they do usually. But no, this is actually a very mature thing, and it never goes into anything, like Japan, why are you doing this? No, it's actually really nice that the two adults are really helping these kids like reach their dream, and a lot of the themes they hit, and even the of course the lessons you actually get to learn more about like ice skating, which I never have ice skated because I am so scared that I will cut myself because yeah, no, them blades look insane. So I probably will never try it, but honestly, sometimes watching this anime it makes me want to try it. So again, maybe one day I will. I don't know. But yeah, no, this season 2 was incredible. A lot of I think I cried like twice in this season. It was really nice, and I'm very excited for this movie. For real, I am very curious how Nori's gonna do after what she basically learned. So yeah, I'm excited for where we're gonna go from here. So yeah, I hope that kind of interested you, Stella, because it's a really good show. It really is.
Yeah, yeah, I saw season 1. I really enjoyed season 1, and it was just one of those things where everything came out this season and all, all the big shows, and then I was like, "Wait, Medalist like season 2 is out?" Like, I didn't even know it was out till like week 5, and so yeah, I'm glad you spoke on everything that season 2 deals with, cuz I'm really that probably will be the one leftover show where I
Mm,
might still dive into, even if it's spring or whatever, because I
mm.
really do like this series.
Oh man, it's so good, dude. It's such a highlight. And again, with Engi doing the CGI for the skating, it actually looks so good. Like it doesn't look wonky. Sorry to One Dance, like dude, that actually is so good. And I think that's what surprised a lot of people too is
Yeah,
that
that's the
Engi,
thing.
yeah, like actually killed it with like the ice skating dance and or yeah, movements and all that. It looks so natural.
I think that's what stood out to me the most in season 1 was, like, anytime CGI gets brought into, like,
Mm.
anime, it's always like, "Alright, here we go." But yeah, it was, like, really good.
It was awesome. Yeah, no, and it continues even in season 2, and imagine in the movie, oh my god, it's about to go crazy. It's about to go crazy. And I'm so excited.
So there's gonna be a movie? Is that, like, soon?
Yeah, basically covering the arc. I don't know if it's gonna be the full arc now I even think about it. Oh shoot. Or maybe it is gonna be that full arc in a movie. Huh. Okay. Yeah. And then maybe more seasons after that, hopefully. Which I'm guessing, yeah, because yeah, it's really popular, so yeah, there's gonna be a movie which hopefully comes out in the US like at the same time it does in Japan actually. Fuck. Hopefully. So yeah. I'm excited for more for sure. Yeah, definitely catch up when you do and I would love to hear your thoughts, so let me know. But yeah, we're gonna go into My Hero Vigilante season 2, which I personally like to call it Core 2. I don't think it's really a season 2. It's a Core 2 to season 1. Because yeah, this season sadly wasn't that high. Like it was cool seeing the eraser like backstory and all that, but a lot of the stuff really wasn't crazy. But of course I did like the stuff with Captain Celebrity by the end. Really cool stuff. Koichi coming through, a lot of cute moments, and my boy Knuckle Duster. I love him. Even though we didn't see him a lot in this season, he came through by the end. Ah, that's my boy. But yeah, no, I definitely love this season or this series basically, but it wasn't a lot this season, and I'm very excited to see what next season brings because yeah, again, I do love this series, but yeah, just sadly it didn't live up to season 1 status this core. So yeah, I just want to shout out Captain Celebrity and his wife. They were so cute, and Koichi, of course. Now he's out here. So that's all I would say about Vigilantes. Again, I love it. Don't doesn't take away that I don't that I do love the series, but it just wasn't that high. So nothing really to go off there. I did have my moments where I cried, so that's always a plus if I cry at something. So hey. But yeah, I wanted to get into Isekai Hatchling actually before we hit into the other ones because I want to hear your thoughts about all the series really because I didn't get time to catch up, so I only like seen maybe like 2 episodes, and I saw other things. So I want to hear your thoughts, Stella, about Isekai Hatchling.
Yeah, I know we were just kinda, like, talking about it a little bit earlier where, we weren't expecting a lot of the friendships and a lot of the relationships that happen in the show. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's an isekai, so of course we were expecting all the fantasy and all that stuff. But yeah, well, we really both enjoyed the relationship with the lizard, which I felt like they were more teasing the girl at the beginning, but
Mm.
then the whole lizard thing just made it even more wholesome, like, towards the middle of the series.
And what else did you
Which,
like?
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
who I mean, because who else doesn't bond over like being poisoned and almost being killed to death? Like, yeah, that's definitely something you bond over. But I like that they teased the whole thing with the human form, and we're getting just as hyped as him about it. Like, oh, cool,
Right?
he'll be able to go to a human form, and then it's like the most hideous form. Like, it's even scarier than his regular form.
Yeah, it's like, dang it, man. What? It's like fucked up. It's so fucked up.
But I always like when they have that sort of thing where you have these different forms that they have dormant, and then after the conditions are met or whatever. I always like seeing what happens after that, and as a guy, is always fun to see, just in terms of the adventures and everything like that.
Oh, for sure. Always gotta look forward to that. I
Would
didn't
would that be
talk about.
would that be one of the better isekai this season? I think that was
Yeah,
probably one of the better ones, right?
I would agree. I would agree. I did. I mean, of course, I only okay.
What else
I
was
didn't.
out this season?
For me, I enjoyed Kunon Can't See. That one was one I enjoyed personally. It's a sorcerer Kunon Can't See. That one was like a one I personally enjoyed a lot. What other isekai? There's a cute girl in the heroes party. That one kind of fell off for me personally. It was okay.
Yeah, that
Um,
was that one. That
mm-hmm,
one was one of my favorites, but that's not one that I like brag about. It was like one of my favorites, but
mm-hmm,
that's just kind of my like trash treasure where I
fair,
enjoy it, but I'm not recommending it to anyone.
fair, fair. Um, Hell mode. I know my friend.
It's just vibes. It's just vibes.
It is vibes. There was a cute girl and yeah, that one is really. I like Raven and Happiness. They were cute. Like I was there for Cecilia and the other
Yeah,
guy, but
yeah.
honestly, Happiness and Raven kind of stole my heart. So yeah, but there's Hell mode. My friend
Yeah, I mean,
is
and that
really into
one
Hell
that one
mode.
was so that one was so unexpected too. I don't think we were expecting Happy and
No,
Raven to be like that. But
we
yeah,
did
that was
not.
pretty cool.
No, we did not. But it ended up so cute, and yeah, it was cute. I won't lie. But yeah, Hell mode. That was another one my friend checked out. I don't know if you checked out, but I didn't think it had potential. But apparently my friend likes it. He's reading the light novel, so I look forward to that. I guess he said that is one of the kind of
Yeah, that
cool
one
isekais.
was that one was pretty cool, and I think that one was on like High Dive.
Mm-mm.
And I don't know, High Dive always has like that different vibe of
It
shows.
does.
So I kind of did enjoy that like escape from like Crunchyroll, where there's like a show with that's like way different than theirs.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that is true. High Dive really has some hitters sometimes, like some low key ones that aren't like maybe crazy, but they are interesting. Otherwise, like isekai, I don't think there was anything else like that, unless you have something else that you remember.
Yeah, I think those were like the only like crazy one, that were talked
Mm-hmm.
about. Um but usually there's like 10, so I feel like I didn't notice as many this season, which I mean, I guess spring is when it's really gonna pop
That
out.
you know what, and honestly, maybe that's for the best, right? Because you're right, like you said, spring is isekai haven for a lot of people, and of course, with you with slime, your series is back. Oh my god, I know you've been hyping like almost like tweeting every other day
I
about
mean,
it.
I
You're like, yeah,
I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but like
talk about it.
5 cores, 60 plus episodes. I don't want to brag or anything, but I'm just saying no other
Interesting.
isekai is doing that. So there
Hey
you
man,
go.
all I'm saying is like ReZero got a banger opening. It's all I'm saying. I've been having that opening in my ears. I'm not gonna lie. Like every day at work, I'm like, dun, 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 dun. Oh man, that season 4 opening is about to be fire. I mean, it is fire. I'm not even about to say about to be. It's fire. But look at us, we're already getting into the spring season. But we'll talk about that next time. But yeah, I guess another one maybe we can say is a isekai per se is Sentenced to Be a Hero, a little bit, since the reveal that Tatsuya is from a different world. And also, apparently, even in general, they have gotten people from different worlds before, as we saw in the finale. So, yeah. Um, I guess in this one, I really am happy that it lived up to my expectations since the teaser that came out like 2 years ago, I'm guessing. I can't remember. But dude, that teaser showing just how incredible this looked, and even for the delay to happen, I think was needed. And really, I will always respect a studio for doing that, delaying a series so they can complete it in good quality, and look how it came out. The whole season, just with the quality top notch, and to give us that finale, that was, oh my goodness, Kivia, man. I fell in love with Kivia since the poster in episode 1, so I'm very happy how her character has developed. So just in general, this series has been like living up to my hype, and I've been enjoying it every week. It's been so good, and hearing that it honestly has elevated the light novel is, I am so happy to hear. It's almost getting like that 86 basically adaptation, which I always love to hear because I love 86. It has ramped up to be my favorite, one of my favorite anime. So hey, I will always give a shout out to that. So yeah. And I think you definitely have checked out Sentenced to Be a Hero, right, Stella?
Yeah, that's that. It's funny you bring up 86 because I just saw where I was looking at the shows I watched and I saw where I had it at like a 9.5 or something. And I was like, why is it a
Mm.
9.5? It's supposed to be a 10. Like it's a 10 out of 10. Like so I had to
Exactly.
change it like immediately.
Hey, you
But
know it.
with Sentenced to Be a Hero, I I'm deep into the community, so I always see things.
Mm.
And I had no idea that was the show or series that I had been seeing for so many years, and I
Mm.
didn't even notice it until like a couple weeks ago. And I was like, "Wow, that's the art that because it has really good
Mm.
art."
Yes,
So I
really.
was like, "Wow, that's that series."
Yep.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's I think aside from like the sequels, it's probably been the
Yeah.
biggest show out this season.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that's pretty big considering.
Oh yeah, for sure, right? Especially in this season. Like sure, and I do agree with people saying that it has been like kind of buried down beneath all the other hype stuff, but at the same time it is pretty big. Like it has its like people that have been keeping up with it and watching it, even new ones that have been binging it now. So sure, it isn't as like big as, of course, JJK every week or anything, but at the same time, no, it has gotten that love for like every week. So that's all we can say is appreciate about it. And also we know it's getting a season 2, so that's even more awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely do feel like it could have been better, like bigger. But at the same time, for the people who have seen it and appreciate it, and even ones who are getting the word about it are going to appreciate it. So really, oh man, Sin to Be Here as a story too has been awesome. The characters are incredible, and this is basically such a good prologue for season 2. Like honestly, this is what this season really was. It's just a setup for season 2, and a lot of the the story building, and even like the mysteries behind a lot of the characters and the demon blight, and just so much that is going on behind the scenes, and the whole concept of heroes being punished and not being a good thing, like how we would usually think a hero is supposed to be, right? Which is insane, but such an interesting concept too, though.
Yeah, I feel like I it was like a while, maybe a couple of years ago. I feel like there's a show like this where it's about a hero and them being the bad guys or whatever. I guess there's a bunch of shows like that every now and then, but I feel like this is the first one that actually stands out and it's like stands on its own.
Mm.
And I like that it has really good world building. I feel like
Mm.
it's one of those shows you can really get into and in terms of like the lore and world building. They have a really good, power system and everything.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, and I like too with the mystery too. Like after a while, you start to understand like, oh, these heroes are basically people who are slowly, like, without even, maybe even some of them without knowing the truth, and they're being punished in this way because they know the truth. And basically someone's building an army of people who know the truth and are going to be able to fight back in the future, which is going to be awesome. And now that Kivia has joined them, oh man, it's about to be crazy and so heart wrenching what happened in the finale. It was, honestly, for a lot of people who didn't see that coming, happy for you, but a lot of people saw it coming, and I think even like me and my friends were talking about it, like, oh yeah, she's about to be like sentenced to be a hero, like for sure, because she is such a justice person, and even coming to find like build a relationship more with the heroes. Like she gets to find out like they're not really bad. They're actually doing a lot more for the people than even the government or the church is doing. So it was inevitable, but at least she got her time with her people. And oh man, just sucks. But at the same time, hey, she's gonna be in good hands. And I don't know, a lot of the things I'm very excited for it to explore, because of course we have people who are humans who are coexisters and actually work with the demons, or maybe there's demons that actually are against the other demons and working for us. So it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's so interesting and so fun for real. And Xylo is so fine. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say I swear I like being dumb sometimes because I feel like a lot of times I watch shows with my friends and
Mm-mm.
they see a lot of the twists and turns and they're like, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna. But me, like every show, well, most shows I watch, I'm like
Mm.
I don't see it coming, so
Hey, fair.
I'm always, I feel like that's enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. That's enjoyment too. And even for people who do find the details and you're like, oh, that this is what's gonna happen. Either way, it's so fun to figure out or have fun with it.
Is
Because, hmm
No, I was just gonna be like, is that fun? If you figure it out before the end, is that fun or is just like,
I mean, it is
or
fun.
is it?
Like in my case, like of course, I mean, of course with the Kivia stuff, but even with Rhino, like the minute we saw him and talked to Xylo and stuff, I was telling my friends basically on the pod that, oh, this guy isn't human. It's because of the way he's saying things. He's talking about humans this, human this. Like, this guy is not a human then. Like, the way he's talking, no. So that reveal of him actually being a demon lord, I was like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, of course it's still fun. I'm like, whoa, it's actually, oh my god. Like, I'm so hyped, but at the same time, I'm like, I mean, obviously you weren't human. Like, you keep talking about, like, oh, Xylo, you humans worry about so insignificant things. Oh, like he always had like such a different viewpoint, which of course he could just be a crazy human, but no character talks about like humanity in that way, basically. So I was like, oh, this guy isn't a human. I just didn't. I don't know. And also, he volunteered to be a hero. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of things of that in that regard. I was like, oh, this guy is not. He is not normal. And yeah, come to find out, he's not normal. But also, he is crazy, but it maybe it's good that we have him on our side and that he likes humanity in some regard, because he's over here torturing his own demon kind and having a blast and learning about humans. So it's like, okay, let's not get him on. Let's not get him angry. Basically, let's keep him cool. Let's chill. Let's chill.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is pretty cool to have like you if you have a theory and then just to see it proven right. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
that actually would be pretty
yeah,
satisfying.
yeah. It's just something crazy, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, yeah. So otherwise, I mean, look, Sundays to Be a Hero is incredible. I'm very happy a lot of people have been enjoying it. And again, I was tempted to read the light novel if a season 2 wasn't announced, but with how good they're handling the series, I might just stay anime only. I might dabble into things they maybe didn't talk about fully, but otherwise, I'm having fun with this series for sure. But okay, to segue into I wanted to tackle Trigon for a minute, since I know we talked about off air that you haven't seen the original or even this remake, basically. Which
No, no, I haven't.
ooh, I definitely would recommend watching the original. It's so good. It definitely doesn't follow the manga per se either, but it's a really good time. It's so nostalgic. The dub is incredible. Johnny Young Bosch, like that was one of his first roles, so him as Vash is incredible. So definitely I would recommend it in that regard.
I
Hmm
Is that a big thing? Like, I know a lot of times people will get,
Mm-mm.
angry if it's not following the source material.
Um, like even with the original not following it all the way, it still was good, and it kind of did, but not really. So honestly, no. Like it's I still enjoyed it, and maybe there's people that it's because of nostalgia they enjoy it, even if it derives from the manga. But I mean, it was not bad. So in that regard, no, it was still cool. But now with this remake, which you can already feel is such a totally different vibe from the original and even the source material. Because in that regard, it did follow the manga with how it still was Vash, like in his attire and just the vibes basically was still the same from the source material in the original. But with this new remake, it is more like the CGI looks incredible. It's Studio Orange, right? But at the same point, Stampede was good. It really was different from the manga. But you could, I mean, we already knew from the author telling us, like, oh, they created a whole different, basically, world for this series. They had to do research to, like, really expand it and whatnot. So we already knew it was going to be different. But then, it didn't. We just, some people were like, oh, but they're not adding the character that we love, which is Millie. That she's in the original in the source material, but she's not in this one. But then come to find out, she comes in the end for Stargaze, which is this season, and whatnot. So basically, what they were covering in season 1 was basically the incident that already happened in the original and in the source material. So we're getting like that prequel of what happened before and then after. Now with Stargaze. And Stargaze, I haven't fully caught up either. I'm like maybe 4 episodes behind, but from what I've seen, is that they're really trying to cater to the manga fans. They're adding things that is like, oh, this is that from the manga. This is that. This is this character, which in Stampede was a good setup because we were like, oh, okay, we're going to set up to this that didn't happen in the original anime, but did happen in the manga. So we're like, oh, cool. But now with this Stargaze actually finally out and we're tackling it all, and we were like, got confirmed that there's no more seasons after this. We're like, wait, what? You can't fit everything from the manga in this season. Like, you just realistically can't. And yeah, I mean, come to find out, they have changed a lot of it. They do these references, like I mentioned. But at the end of the day, like, a lot of the essence of Trigun was kind of lost. And it really kind of saddens me. Because I was really on board for this remake. Look, again, people were like, oh, they should have just followed the manga. Why are we making a whole different world where we literally could have had the same story, but just covering the stuff that the original anime didn't cover finally from the ending and whatnot. So it's like frustrating in that front, but I was down to see something new. So Stampede was incredible, a good setup. It had its flaws for me personally, but at the end of the day, it still was good. But now with Stargaze, it's like, okay, what are we doing here? And apparently it ended really sweetly, really nice. By the end of the day, it just didn't feel like Trigun. Trigun is supposed to be, which it is in the show too, in this remake. It's really dark and it's supposed to be really character driven, but you don't get enough time to really be with the characters to actually like give a care really. Maybe that like Wolfwood and Vash and maybe some other characters, but really like a lot of the core characters, especially my favorite is Merle and Vash's relationship because of, I mean, I ship him, but at the same time, I just do love their character moments. Like, it doesn't get to be the same as it was in the original and also in the manga, so it's like it feels kind of bland. So I don't know. That is basically a lot of my critique for Stargaze. That it feels like because of the director change, I don't know if that is entirely, but it just didn't feel the same quality as Stampede, where it had such a bigger picture and it just didn't come through. And it kind of is really sad that it didn't live up to the expectations of that. And yeah, I don't know. But definitely, I mean, if you did like Stampede and Stargaze for any fans, I would tell you just to read the manga. The manga is very incredible. There's a lot of elements that the Stargaze tried to do but couldn't execute it. And yeah, there's a lot more in Trigun that is so much darker and so good for Vash's character, and it's just really incredible. So definitely read it. It's a good time. And of course, rush the original, because at least the original has the same kind of vibes and it's a good time. And you have more time with the characters, so you kind of care a lot more. So yeah, that's my only gripes about Trigun as a whole in this remake. But yeah, I tried to give it a chance, and that opening was so. By the way, for Stargaze, the opening was so dog shit. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand what you think to choose this kind of opening for this series, but okay, whatever. So yeah, you can clearly tell I am very frustrated for some things about this remake, but I do love some things at the same time. I did like Merle's whole design. I like a lot of the characters' design. Maybe Vash is not as much, but I do kind of like it. So I don't know. Definitely, I would recommend the original and the manga. It's really more grittier, more darker, and Studio Orange did come through with that, making it very dark and grittier. But story wise and maybe some character wise, didn't pull through, sadly. So yeah, yeah, sadly no. So
And that's another one with the I know Stampede, right? That's another one with like the CGI really stood out like as a
mm,
good thing.
it did, and it was actually so beautiful. Like I didn't mind it being in that style. Like I think at first maybe I was like, oh what, but at the same time, season 1 blew me away, and I was like, you know what, this was actually really good, very good. So I
So
definitely.
how has that been for this season?
It's been good. It's the same. The quality is not dropped. It's just story wise, it dropped significantly. So that's all really. Like everything else was actually really good, really nice. So it's just the sad part about it.
Yeah, I know as a fan, I know as a fan, it's like a lot of times you're just glad to get more material, but
Mm,
when it doesn't materialize in the way you'd hoped, it can kind of be.
yeah. No, for sure. It's just pretty sad. But yeah, we're gonna segue into in the clear of moonlight dusk. This is another romance. I didn't get to really put it in the page, but I did like in the clear moonlight dusk. I think I had some gripes about the design of the main girl, Yao Chan, but otherwise I did like how they adapted it. It definitely did it way more better from Hananoi. If you guys don't know about Hananoi, that's another childhood friend story that got adapted like maybe 2 years ago or a year ago. That really just didn't get justice. Basically, it's such a beautiful story, but the studio kind of messed it up, and a lot of people were mad. And I love this author, so yeah, I was kind of pissed. And yeah, so seeing this studio adapt another one from a really famous shoujo mangaka, people are like, "Oh no, they're gonna mess it up." But come to find out, this actually was done really way more better than Hanoi. So that is, I'm very happy, but at the same time frustrated. But yeah, no, I love this author too. In the clear light, in the clear moonlight dusk, and she basically got done justice. To be honest, this whole series was really cute. It definitely has its moments where I get one of my co-hosts and off the bench were like frustrated about with these two characters, but they're really cute. It really goes into just being like this self-esteem of being always called the prince and never being seen as a girl, right? She has this trauma of being like never really looked at a girl, and none of basically being compared to her sister who is more girly. So when there is this one guy that calls her cute, she really doesn't believe him, and she kind of like hates him. But come to find out, he really does like her, and he also is trying to discover his feelings about her, and actually see if he's genuine about it. And there's a lot of good moments between the two, and they get together by the end of the season. And if we get a season two, I don't know. I love the story. It's really cute. It's really nice. It's nothing crazy, but it's definitely a really good adapted one that I really enjoyed, and I think I saw a lot of people enjoy too. So that was awesome. So yeah, out of everything this like romance this season, it isn't the highest, but it is really good, and I love the grounded moments between these two. And sure, I mean, of course, doing the shoujo things that people might be like, oh no, I hate this MC, but this MC is really smooth and really nice, and he really, I don't know, I just love him discovering his feelings too while with the girl too. And also, sure, the girl might say something and maybe be like contradictory and be like, oh, maybe no, but again, this is just going into her self-esteem that she's not used to this, like being looked as a girl really fully. And it's just, this is the time for both of them to slowly be like opening up to each other per se, and her especially, since he's been patient with her, but she definitely has a lot to get through still. So it's them building that relationship. So I didn't hate it, and I'm very excited if they do a season two. So yeah, really good time. I don't know if you saw that one. Then the Clear Moonlight Dust, was that in one of the polls you made or no?
Yeah, it was in the one. It was one of the polls, and I think I was torn between this and the Journal Witch,
Mm-hmm.
because they were both like so popular.
Oh really? Okay. Ooh, I would be. I honestly would tell you in the Journal with Witch, to be honest, because I love Journal with Witch. But yeah, talking about Journal with Witch, let's actually like tackle that. Again, this is one you haven't seen. And I really just want to go off about like how beautiful this series is in defense of grief and how it tackles it, and not just only it like it, sure, the grief aspect is the core of it, but at the same time it handles a lot of different other topics about motherhood, about oneself, and even maybe your sexuality, and a lot of different topics like being perfect, and maybe your family dynamics, your sibling dynamics. Like it honestly, it is a very heavy show, but not too heavy to the point that you just have to like almost prepare yourself every episode, which you kind of do. And it's only because I would say is the music in the series where it makes you feel these heavy moments. And again, it's by the composer who did A Silent Voice, which I love. A Silent Voice, really good movie. And the piano basically is the meme, like the piano man. Just every time there's such a silence in the room, you just hear these like keys being pressed, and it's so beautiful, and it just gets you ready for those emotional, impactful moments that Asa and Makio have with each other. And even with the other characters like Kasumichi and Makio talking, and maybe Makio and her other friends, and Emery and all that. So I don't know. It's a really good show, and I think it only comes out like every few years. Something that really touches your soul as a person, because again, not everyone has the same story, but at the same time, we can all empathize with these characters and what they're going through. And even with the characters inside the show, they talk about like, oh, I can't understand your feelings fully. You don't understand my loneliness, and I don't understand your loneliness. I'm a person that can be alone, and you're a person that needs people around you when you're lonely. So I don't know. By the end, it seemed like definitely Makio and Asa got to understand each other better, even if they fully didn't get to. But that's what made their like relationship even better by the end. And also just Asa going through grief with her parents dying. So I don't know. I loved all of it that it tackled. It did have an original ending in the anime, because I was very curious. Was it going to adapt everything and how? But they did take out a lot of things, at least a decent amount, so they could go a different route in the anime, which I don't hate. And I was kind of like talking about this in the on the pod with the boys on Off the Binge, that every time I would read alongside the anime, there's a lot of little details that they left out that I feel like were very impactful that it could have been in, but at the same time, it didn't need to be. There's a lot of things in A Silent Voice that I loved in the manga that I wish was in the movie. That it didn't need to be in the movie, but I feel it would have elevated a lot of the scenes. Like the silent movie in the manga is a thing they did in the cultural festival, but they didn't really do it in the anime, which I feel like was it would have been really awesome to hear, to see, even though the whole point of the silent movie that is, or the silent movie was that it didn't have sound, so it kind of would have reeled us in of seeing her world in her perspective, which I don't know, I don't know. That is always my gripe with the silent voice movie, but it's still beautiful, and I still love it. It's one of my favorites. So, and just in this regard, Gentleman with Witch is another beautiful one that I feel is a good as an anime, and also really good as a manga. If you want to get even more like monologues between these characters and like get a better insight of what their headspace was, it's awesome. It's a really good read and a good watch, because of how the music again sets the tone for a lot of these moments. And I'm really happy that it came out and it really got the love it deserved. So definitely check it out. I really enjoyed it. Really good. Definitely one of my top fives. This is another one that I really enjoyed besides with Sentence to Be a Hero and Fate. And the romance ones, I'm still trying to decide which one I want to pick over, but it's a lot of good topics this one goes into that I think it just was really real. It really was. It really tackled a lot of real feelings that people don't want to talk about or don't even notice. So I definitely would recommend it. I love basically having these kind of topics. So for me, it hit me in that regard. And also it hurt because it kind of hit a lot of things that I go through and whatnot. And yeah, it just really depends on everyone's story. Like I remember, this is one more thing before we go to a different one. I remember this episode with these like two people basically like talking about like, oh, I don't want to hurt you, but I don't want to be like, I don't want to date you. And he's like, okay, well, we can be friends with benefits then. That's fine. And he's like, and she's just like, well, that's not fair, is it? He's like, nah, it's cool. I think it's not more fair to you. And there was this like basically this you can basically tell it was a teenager or someone in the comment section of the episode being like, well, why does she not want to date him? What da, 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 da. And no one in the comment section basically like got on them and was like bashing them. No, they were actually explaining to the kid basically that what their perspective of that scene was and stuff like that. So I don't know. It brought a lot of good conversations to even outside the anime for people who are not at that age to understand fully what these characters were going through or fully understand. Like, I don't know. It was a good full circle moment basically. Like there's characters in the show that don't understand each other, and there's characters, or I meant to say people outside the anime that maybe don't understand fully themselves because they haven't been going through it. But there's other people who have gone through it that can like explain it to other people, be like, well, actually this and this is what I went through, and this is probably what this character is trying to like really say and stuff like that. So it's a really good show in that regard. It was one of the highlights of the winter season for me, for sure. So I could ramble on and on about Journal with Witch, but it's such a good show. I definitely recommend it to you, Stello, and even everyone out there. Really good. One of the underrated gems of this season.
Yeah, I mean, all you had to say was a silent voice. Like that was good enough, but
I got
just you
you.
going in detail about it, that sounds so amazing. Yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think you sold me with that because the whole introvert, extrovert, and just people not
Mm.
the people that don't understand it, even people being able to reel them in. Like I think you reeled me in with that. So
Hey, that's all I'm
I
here to
actually want to check it
do.
out now.
It's really, yeah, it's really awesome. I definitely want to make a video about it too. So, yeah, it's I've been gushing about it for so long, so I'm very happy I got to let that out. So, yeah, I again, if you check it out, definitely want to see
Yeah,
them tweets.
that sounds like one of those
Hmm.
sounds like one of those generational shows. Like
Oh yeah,
if it's that deep, yeah.
oh 100%. So, I'm excited for people to check it out because it's so good. But yeah, I actually, because I know you've checked out Shibuyugi, I'm very curious how you feel about it in general.
Yeah, I it's so hard for me because a lot of people that I either put on or a lot of people that I even ask them about it, they're not into it. It's not their thing,
Mm,
especially like halfway through it. But for me, it was just I do like the depth that they go into with her character. I know it's Shibuyugi they call it, but they also call it um playing death games to put the
yes.
food on the table.
Mm-hmm. Because
And
that's what it
just like
translates to, I think. Yeah.
with how much they Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and just what they go through with her character and how yeah, they're trying to put food on the table, but it's also them trying to get something out of themselves. Like they're also learning about who they are as a person or what they want out of life, like through these games.
Mm.
And they also find out a lot about themselves because especially in the first episode, you see kind of, she's a good person, but she's also, it's a game, like she's trying to survive. So she will do things that maybe you didn't expect her to. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, but for a lot of people, they it's not for everyone.
Yeah, fair, fair. Yeah, it's understandable. I mean, I get, and like I said off air too, I was telling him that I just, a lot of this stuff with these kind of like stuff, like maybe games and whatnot, it usually disappoints me. And I think even my friends in the pod were like trying to tell me, like, no, it's not just about killing, there's other things. And then in the middle, it kind of did go that route. But then at the end, it did reel them back in. So it's like, okay, cool. But I don't know, for me, it still hasn't reeled me in to the point where I'm going to binge it. It just looks good. It does look beautiful and the direction looks awesome, but I just know by, and again, this is just me assuming, but by the end I won't like it if there is a season 2, which I think it is. There's still like light novels out or whatnot about it, so it could get a season 2. It kind of hinted that at the end, right? So yeah, I'm happy you
Yeah, for
enjoyed
me,
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it was probably my personal favorite this season. I like that as my favorite, and then maybe Polar Opposites,
Mhm.
and then Hatchling, and then the one about the cool girl or whatever the isekai was with the with the
Oh, there
demon
was a cute
lord. I
girl
forgot
in my
what was it,
party.
the cool girl? Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
those were like my top 4 or whatever this
Okay.
season.
Okay. 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 I guess my last one, I kind of maybe will put these two together in a way, or no. I want to talk about Champignon, which, I really love Gaku and Alice. This is from an author, a really OG author, and I think sadly Champignon Witch was just kind of slightly done dirty because of the production a little bit. Um, this series is just so much more mellow. It's really, really nice. It really feels like a fairy tale show with a lot of more darker themes per se, and I enjoyed it. It was a good time. I'm here for a season 2 if need be, but I too in the manga. What I loved too was the detail the author put into like the world around it. Like by each page, she would make like a detailed thing about the house and whatnot. So in that aspect, I really did enjoy it. But sadly, the anime just it just didn't hit that same itch I really expected this one to do. The music was phenomenal, and some of the story beats were really good. But it just I think the production kind of hindered it a little bit. So I really did enjoy it though, and I think I saw people did enjoy it too. So maybe some of them didn't because of the kid falling in love with her, and he's supposed to be 15, but his body got shrunk because of really sad thing really. So I get it in that aspect. People don't feel comfortable, but I don't know. I'm excited for more if we get more. So yeah, I'm excited. And my other one about a demon king, the demon king's daughter was one of the highlights for me this season. It wasn't anything crazy really. It's just a cute series about a demon king girl, and she is just so sweet. She is so kind, and of course I love the voice actress for her. She's like every time I hear her, I love her. So this series already won me in that regard. But yeah, no, I really loved a lot of the songs she would sing to after each episode. She would dedicate a song about what she did and whatnot. So it's cavity. It's not cavities. It's diabetes galore. It's just so sweet. It is so cute. By the end, that basically we are getting a season 2. So I'm excited for season 2, tackling the heaven, the angels basically wanted to take her away because she is so sweet and she doesn't deserve to be in hell basically. So it's like, I mean, or like yeah, by the demon king. So it's a cute time if you want something adorable to spend, like the get the time out or whatever out of the way. It's a really cute one. It's nothing crazy, but it's so sweet, and it's also really like animated really well. It's a good time. But yeah, and then lastly, for me, I wanted to shout out Hanekimi. Hanekimi is a shoujo basically finally being adapted after so long. It is a really good time. I mean, of course, it basically was the staple of Oran High School Host Club. If you love Oran High School Host Club, then yeah, you better thank Hanekimi because it walked so Oran High School could run. It's a good time. There's nothing crazy. It's just the typical or at least a little bit. This girl went to go chase a guy that she really admired, and now she's in an all boys school. Yippee! Even though Horan High School was a little different in that regard of the story, but it is a cute one. It especially since the author died, like 5 maybe 4 years ago now. While this was in production, I'm thinking I forget. So yeah, it just is one that people were always looking forward to and always wanted. But this one always got like drama adaptations, but finally now we have an anime that is really good. It's not anything crazy again, like I mentioned, but the music being the same as the ones that who did Fruits Basket, which I could tell from the first episode. I was like, dude, this feels so Fruits Basket, and come to find out, it was that same composer. So that was awesome to to kind of like clock. But yeah, it's a good time. I had a really fun time with Sano and Miyuki's relationship, and also this one character being like really troubled. He's like, "Am I gay now?" He just like doesn't understand that she's a girl because of course she's trying to hide it. So in his mind, he's like, "Am I into my homie? Ain't no way." It has a lot of comedic moments in that sense. It's really cute. It's awesome, and again, I'm guessing they're trying to fully adapt this, so that's gonna be even more awesome. So yeah, again, if you're into '90s kind of shojo stuff, you'll love it. It's awesome, And also, yeah, maybe we'll get an Orin High School like remake too, because Orin High School is a classic. If you haven't seen that either, really good time. Especially watch it in dub. The dub is elite. It's a good time. So heck yeah. So yeah, that would be my. I have other things probably I would have like mentioned, but no, I think we can. Otherwise, I think I'm good here for everything that I wanted to talk about really. So let's talk about. Oh well, actually, let me talk about maybe. I mean, I already talked about it decently, but Love Through a Prism was such a good, like, just a comeback from that author. If you haven't seen Boys Over Flowers, that was another at the time it was a good show, but I guess nowadays people probably wouldn't like it because of the controversial things they do. But it was a really like good one. It honestly tackled a lot of things that about just classism and all that. So it was good. But now this one was tackling more so about painting and like like how far you would reach your dream and a lot of great things. I don't know. It was awesome. Like how it looked, the characters. I love the like I don't know, the especially since this was set in England, right? A lot of the structures were actually really detailed and so good. And because of course it's all about painting, so it tackles all these things about like losing your color and because something happened with her and this other character. So, having that full episode just being black and white like a past like a charcoal painting, it was awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Love Through Prism was something a nice surprise that Netflix released with the help of that author. So yeah, it was a good time. I definitely would recommend that one too. It's just a 20 episode binge. It's worth it definitely though, and yeah, you'll enjoy it if you guys have a love for the author of Boys Over Flowers and just in general good romance. So yeah, heck yeah. But yeah. Now with that out of the way, we're gonna segue into our final thoughts of basically the season. Do you feel, because I remember you did a poll basically talking about, is this winter season better than I think last season you were talking about, like winter season or what was your poll again?
Ye Yeah, it was definitely for last season, but I know majority of this season, I've been like I've had the question, is this one of the best seasons in like recent memory? Like it might be
Mm,
this season might be better than all of last season.
yeah, yeah, I kind of would agree. Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. And I know you mentioned the last winter
Which
season. Talk about it.
Yeah, I think what last season we had last winter there was solo leveling, I think, which was way bigger than season 1. Like I
Mm,
think it's bigger than anyone could have imagined.
no, for sure.
And I think Apothecary Diaries was still continuing at that time. So that was another one that was pretty big.
Mm,
I think what like Dr. Stone was probably going.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I don't think it was as I don't think it was as balanced. I think the thing that made this season so great was that there were so many great sequels, but there were also so many great premieres and new shows.
Yeah, it
And
was.
even the under the radar shows, like everything was so balanced that it made it a really perfect season.
Oh yeah, they really nailed it. It was really good. So I mean, that's why this honestly because I remember you showing the images for that last winter season with Zenshu and all this other. I'm like, dang, that was a good season. But then this one though, it just had, and I
Oh
think,
yeah, Zinshu.
oh man, the Zenshu was one of my highlights. And again, I think with this season, what helped it a lot is that everything was spaced out. That's what I kept talking about in the pod with my friends and off the bench is that I didn't feel overwhelmed. Maybe I did because, it was me. I was slacking and not watching it when I should have. But otherwise, everything was spaced out. Like, there was things on Monday, Tuesday. No, I think Tuesday I didn't. No, Tuesday I did have something. And, I don't know. It was definitely more spaced out than a lot of other seasons that usually have everything on Friday, everything on Wednesday or something like that, There was at least a breather between each day that I'm like, okay, good, nice, nice. So, yeah, I
I'm
think.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I didn't even think about that, but that's a really good point.
Mm.
My whole thing was that I thought every genre had a really good show. Like it's
Oh
rare that
yeah.
you have a really big show for every genre.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think maybe a little bit of isekai kind of died down this season, but otherwise, everything like you said was actually decent. But there was a lot of like decent isekai this season, to be honest. There was, but not more than usual. Like so I mean, it still was a good time, and I think you're right for sure that it was a decent amount of genres being
I mean
shown some love.
I mean, once you threw Sentenced to Be a Hero into that, it's kinda like, okay, well, that was there. That was because I was thinking the same, but once you threw that, okay, there you go.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, now I mean, now imagine next season. So now talk about the next season. What is something that you're very excited to check out? I know slime specifically. That's your thing. So what is of course, right? What is the three like maybe I most anticipated, and then three basically that you're like maybe surprised that you're like, oh, maybe this is gonna be a nice surprise, basically.
Okay, before I do jump into that, I did
Talk
wanna
about it.
add that I think, Dead Account, that was also a really good one from this past
Oh,
season.
I didn't get to check it out, but I thought it just was didn't look as fun. But I just do remember you talking about that actually. Yeah, like tweeting about it. Okay, did it actually like
Well, I
what was
mean,
it fun?
me personally, I just really like the concept of the
Mm.
whole thing with it being, what happens to accounts that you don't see active anymore, and,
Oh, that's what
it
that
creates
is.
this whole type of Jujutsu Kaisen thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh shit.
where they get cursed spirits out of the dead objects or whatever.
Oh, wait a minute, huh?
But it's Yeah, yeah, that's I mean, the first episode kinda pulls you in with what the show could be, you know? I don't think it was as big as, like, it didn't have that budget of being a big show, but I just really thought the concept was there for it.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, that's awesome then. Hold up. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll start
But
binging
in
it.
but in terms of, like, next season, spring, the big 3 for me would be, of course, Slime, Slime's everything. And then Wistoria, I'm really big on
Mm.
Wistoria. It's the same author as Don Machi, and I'm big on Don Machi, so that
Yeah. Yeah.
Wistoria is definitely gonna be a big thing for me. And then Doro Hidoro, we haven't seen it since like 2020, so that's a huge one as well.
Oh, okay. That is true.
And
That is
it's
true.
and it's tomorrow too, so
Oh, I'm so
I think it's
excited.
tomorrow, and I also think it's like 3 episodes, so that's gonna
Yeah.
be
Oh
a huge
my
thing.
god, dude, that's gonna be awesome. God, I'm rewatching it right now because I'm trying to catch up because before this season because I honestly didn't remember a lot of things from that season. Like it's been so long, so it's understandable. But even rewatching it, I'm like, dude, I don't know. It brought back the love I had for the series. Like it's actually really good. It's so fun. The CGI is actually really great. But apparently, I mean, even seeing the trailer for this season too, it seems like they got the models even more better. So that's even man, I'm so excited for this season. It's gonna tackle a lot more of the chaos, so yeah, it brings me a smile to see it for sure coming back. Ah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know when I was posting about it earlier, I was like, this like Dodo Hidoro is my Chainsaw Man. Like how
Basically.
crazy people are about Chainsaw Man or how they feel about that's how I feel about Dodo Hidoro.
Oh,
So
100%. Oh, for
and
sure.
yeah, and yeah, I really gotta jump back into the characters and everything. I didn't even look at the trailer, so I think it'll be fun for me just to
Oh,
see
okay.
how they look this season.
Yeah, fair, fair. Yeah, yeah, I definitely want to hear your thoughts for sure when you finally like check this episode out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. So is that so is there any others?
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but like Demons of the Shadow Realm.
Demons? Oh shoot. Oh the Full Metal
And I
Alchemist author.
and
Yes.
yeah, the Full Metal, yeah. And I mean, it already looked good, but then me getting the information of the whole Full Metal Alchemist, that
Mm.
makes it even better. So
Oh,
I'm
100%.
excited to see that.
Oh man, I'm so
And it's
excited for
by
that.
Bones, so.
Which, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like, I remember reading the first two chapters when it came out. Oh man, I really did enjoy it. I just didn't keep up with it, but I've heard good things, so that's good. And especially this is getting 24 episodes, so it's like, oh yeah, we're so back. We are so back. It's gonna be so fun to see that one too. But yeah, is there another one you have? So these are your most
I mean,
anticipated,
of
right?
course, I've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, my most anticipated. I know we've heard about Marriage Toxin for a while. I've
Mm.
only, heard things, so I'll be glad to actually see what it's actually about now.
Ooh, yeah, I recently read that one too, and I like the hamster girl. That's all I love her. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Oh, okay, marriage
And I
toxin.
think
Oh, okay.
and I think the other one is Akane.
Oh, Akane Banashi,
Yeah, yeah. I
the
really like the
Rakugo.
art for that.
Oh yeah. My friend's really into the manga for years, and I've never read it. I've only like maybe read the first two chapters or three, so I'm excited to finally check it out in the anime format. The anime looks incredible. The character animation looks good because Rakugo needs it, especially because that's how they story tell is with their like movements and everything. So it looks like it's gonna be a fun time. That's awesome.
What's your most anticipated?
Mine, okay. With me, my most anticipated would definitely be Witch Hat Atelier. I've been having to, like, I don't know. I've always heard good things about it. I've seen the manga panels. I've seen it in Barnes and Noble, and I've always liked how it looked and everything, but I never picked it up. So now with this adaptation, and especially with how godly it looks, I'm like, I'm very happy I didn't read it, and I'm very happy that it's getting this much love, and I'm gonna check it out and be blessed basically. So I am very excited to see that one finally adapted and really just shown this much love. My other one, which already came out, the first episode was Agents of the Four Seasons. Um, I love the Violet Evergarden, and I've heard good things about this one from the same author a lot. I just never I read the manga chapters like years ago, but at the same time they're not like fully released. I don't know. I remember just stopping at a point. I'm like, wait, is that it? And stuff like that. So I don't think I read it right or something, but I do remember liking it. So I just don't remember a lot of the plot because I think I started in a really awkward place, I think, or something like that. So I don't know. On manga sites, it was really confusing, but I did like it, and I heard the light novel was really good. So, and the first episode was beautiful. I reacted to it on Twitch, and I cried. I cried, and I was like, dang it, man! I was doing so well. So yeah, I love the themes about seasons and all that. I'm gonna make a video probably about it, but it was really good. I love it, and I knew it was gonna be in good hands with Wit. So yeah, that just was incredible. And of course, ReZero for me, out of all the isekai, ReZero season 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am very excited for that. And I guess I think you did 4, so I'll do 4. My last one would be the Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm very excited for, of course, the Full Metal Alchemist one and stuff like that, but these ones are like ones that I know that I don't know. I don't know. I'm just very excited for. I don't know. So those are my most anticipated per se, and I guess I can start with my three basically that I feel will be like maybe underrated gems. Um, I don't know. Maybe Mao. I think maybe Mao might be there. Like it'll be really good. People won't really check it out, and I think it'll be a good time. I almost want to say Adoro Hedoro, but I think a lot of people now have checked it out, or maybe people have been binging it to check it out. So maybe I might say Doro Hedoro. And then my last one would be the Ramparts of Ice by the same creator of the Polar Opposites. Oh dang it, maybe I want to say that I
Oh
don't know.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, that would be my three. And maybe to add a fourth, I'll say I want to end this love game. That would be one that is actually, yeah. Honestly, this is actually very hard. Now that
I
I'm
want to
looking,
end this love.
yeah, Ramparts of
Yeah, I keep
Ice.
seeing some that I'm like, wow. That looks pretty interesting too.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Actually, this is really hard. Actually, this season is stacked. Like I tell people, not just with the sequels returning, but even a lot of new stuff. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm looking at this like Love Otome one with like the punching thing. Like this is a different one besides the one from last season or whatnot. But it looks really good too, to be honest. And then there's oh man, there's Snowball Earth. I don't know. This is hard. This is really
Oh
hard.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. I'm glad you brought up. I'm glad you brought up
Mm-hmm.
Snowball Earth because I was looking at that one too.
It seems like a good one. I might dig it too. So I don't know. This is actually really hard. I'm very excited for our first
What?
two huh? What's up?
Well, we have Liar Game. That one looks pretty good.
I'm very iffy on that one. I don't know if I'm sold on her yet. Like
I
it
mean, how
might
often do
fulfill.
we get those like?
Mm-hmm.
How often we do we get those like psychological games or whatever?
True.
Because I
True.
think because the last one was like what Tomodachi game,
Yeah, it was. Yeah. He
and
was.
then don't forget the reincarnation one with all the Einstein and all
Oh,
the other.
true. I don't that one too. I'm iffy. Maybe it'll be good. I gotta give it like the first episode and see.
Nah, that one's definitely gonna be like the trash treasure for me because I know it's just gonna be all wacky and stuff.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's fair. It looks like I don't know. I'm scared. It might be cool though. Might be
Because like, why
interesting.
would they even make like who decided to make this?
That is true. True. Yeah, I'm very curious how that would go then. And yeah, there, dude. Not me. I'm looking more, and this is getting harder. Dang it, man. And then this like Nippon Sakugu. Damn it. Okay, Nippon Sangoku. That one looks really good too. The trailer kind of did blow me away. Dang it, man. This is hard. Oh man, I'm actually very curious how our cuz definitely I want to have you back for the first 2 weeks of the like season basically. So, I'm very excited to see what our thoughts will be of the spring. Actually very curious. So that's gonna be fun to tackle. Yeah, I think for right now, I mean we did go over which ones we were kind of looking forward to. I mean, not even kind of. We definitely are very looking forward to. I mean, of course, he has slime. I know he's been. If you haven't seen Stelo's Twitter page, it's just every day asking fans who's ready, and I know he's been excited. So
Yeah, I'm on my best behavior right now.
yeah, definitely. That episode one
Cause,
dropping,
cause I
you're
should
definitely.
be screaming at the top of my lungs.
Hey, next, nah, just wait until episode one and we cover one and two. Yeah, you'll scream enough. Don't worry, don't worry. And I'll be screaming about I don't even know. I don't even know which one I'll be screaming. No, maybe ReZero I'll be screaming about, to be honest. Or Rooster Fighter. I've been loving Rooster Fighter. It's been nice. That's been might be my trash one of the season,
Ye-
to be honest. My
I think that's everyone's trash one of the season.
Dude, that one is so fun. Like it's not that serious, but at the same time, it really is hilarious, and it has kind of like a little bit emotional moments. I'm like, hold up, why am I gonna cry? Hold up, no. Like honestly, episode two kind of made me tear up almost. I was like, oh, there's no way. But also, him getting cucked by the black chicken is crazy work. I see you, Japan. That's crazy. That is crazy work to do that.
That actually
Insane.
is pretty crazy.
That was hilarious. That had me dying. But my goodness, yeah. Again, we're very excited for the spring season, so we're gonna tackle that in the next episode. So I'm excited for you guys to check it out. Again, thank you, Stella, for being here with me and talking about the at least the finale of the winter season and what we're looking forward to in the spring season. And again, I would love to have you back for the first coverage of the seasonal. So if you definitely want to be back, definitely let me know. And again, I'm guessing everyone too for maybe put down in the comments what your anticipated ones are and maybe some ones that you feel like might not get as much love. I would always love to talk about that because sometimes there is things that get like overshadowed and don't get talked about. So maybe we can bring that up during when we're doing these like episodes. So don't be scared, don't be shy. And yeah, this was a very successful first episode of Otaku Galaxy. Um the whole concept of Otaku Galaxy basically for me was just to bring a lot of more otakus from around the world together to, you know, talk about anime and just even about its culture, about anything else in media. Again, as you see behind me, I have a lot of like Pomni. Like we're gonna talk about a lot of different things here, and I'm gonna have a lot of different guests here talking about like you know, maybe the animation industry, maybe some shows specifically, and a lot of different topics that I'm very excited to like go into as more episodes go on. But again, Stella, thank you for being my first guest here. Oh my goodness, it was great to have you and actually talk face to face.
Yeah, I'm kind of honored because yeah, we've been cool for a while, so to be on the first episode is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, you had your channel, and even back then, I think I was like, dude, we should. I really want to do something with Stello. And then, of course, when this opportunity came up, since I've been planning this for a while, for some years, I was like, you know what? Let me have Stello in here. That's been my boy for a while. I always appreciate him, always shouting me out on his Twitter, or just even talking on Twitter with me. It's always a good time. And he watches as much as like crazy things than I do. So what a perfect person to have for the first episode. So yeah, it was a good time. I appreciate you being here. I really do. I hope you stop by next time for sure, because I want to hear your thoughts about the first 2 weeks of the spring season. So heck yeah. But again, thank you for being here, Stella.
Yeah, you've definitely got me even more excited.
Yeah, dude. Okay, but I mean, of course, I'll be there for slime. But me and you are gonna go for like isekai for isekai. Basically, you're gonna be more slime. I'm gonna be a ReZero. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm excited for
Look,
more.
that's I like ReZero, but like ReZero is like the rival. Okay, like
That is true.
they're doing their thing. Like I appreciate them,
Talk
but
about
they're the
it.
rival,
Nah, that
so I
ass.
can't give them too much praise.
That's crazy. Just admit it. Nah, I'm playing. But now both are good. Both are good. There's a lot of good isekai. I'm telling this spring that is insane. And I hope again, listen to me guys. I hope this season is spread out like this winter season. Last winter season. Because I can't afford having so many isekai on the same day. Please. Be nice. Be nice. Godly. Golly. But thank you guys for real for being here for the first episode of OtakuGalaxy. I said Laxy. That was actually the old name before I added the Galaxy, since people were on my butt about it. They're like, TakuGalaxy sounds kind of silly. I'm like, man, forget y'all. Fine, I'll call it OtakuGalaxy. So yeah. Again, thank you. Yeah, for real, for you guys to check out this first episode. Again, we'll see you next time. And again, comment down below your favorite, maybe even winter seasonal stuff you checked out, and what is your most anticipated for spring. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.